Pushing live now.
Get pushed live.
Last time on Dungeons and Dragons with Wild
Dungeon
Saviors.
Ball Z.
Dungeon
Our
Ball.
heroes were conscripted to find some lost children that got kidnapped by werewolves. But little did they know that they would be kidnapped by a bunch of fucking fog.
Time to Silent Hill this fucker.
I mean, to be fair, that's a pretty accurate synopsis of
Yeah.
what happened.
That
Then
that
you all
basically sums up what Dylan told me.
Don't forget about the really hilariously good cartoon doodle of a werewolf.
Oh yeah.
I love that part.
Gus drew a really good doodle of a werewolf.
Phelps the shit.
Like nobody knows where Gus got the notepad from. Gus doesn't even know he just has one now. And it's got a doodle of a werewolf in it. It's pretty funny.
Like you start interviewing people, you're like, okay, so werewolves, vampires, and then he's just like,
Have you seen this werewolf?
Yeah, have you seen this vampire? And it's just like another cartoon, like freaking shit. What's the name of the guy that made Garfield?
Jim Davis.
Yeah, it's like another Jim Davis style drawing, but of a vampire this time with. And he's just like, boy, and he's.
See, all I was imagining was like him going around. Have you seen this vampire? And they're like, sir, that's a werewolf.
I was testing you.
I was testing past. Good job.
If you had said yes, I would know that you were fucking lying, and then I would punch you in the throat.
And then you punch him in the throat anyways, just for good measure.
Yeah. That's what they get for fucking not giving me the information I want.
Exactly.
And
The
this is for
information
sassing me.
The information that I want is the information that will give me full permission to punch them in the neck.
Okay, so
What a great guy.
Man, he would fit right in with the B team.
Oh god.
So anyway, yes, you've been traveling for a good number of hours. It's getting relatively late in the day. Well, I mean, like okay, you can't really quite tell, but it's like
Mid to late evening.
like early afternoon. You've still got a few hours left before the sun sets. Not that you can tell.
Yeah, a few more hours of daylight.
Air quotes, yeah.
Yeah. But I believe that we left off and we were right about at the village.
Yes, you have approached the village. Tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. The tall shapes become recognizable as village dwellings. The windows of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sounds cut the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets from a distance.
We all got problems.
I mean, to be fair, they probably have more problems considering they're in the creepy-ass death fog.
Well, while everyone else is complaining about how creepy this place is, Gus was going to try to find the source of the sobbing.
Alright, so you make your way
Turn
into
around,
town.
it's Mars sobbing because of how scary the place is.
he's sobbing because it's slowly dawning on him that Del might not actually be into him.
What?
Dylan,
No.
quick, Dylan, hit the cry button.
Sure.
Wait, does anyone else have just a black screen?
Yeah, give him
Okay.
a second.
I was supposed to say it shouldn't be fogged. Can you guys see it?
No.
No, it's fogged.
Oh shit.
They just start throwing dollar bills at you for to strip it off.
Shit. Okay, hang on. My bad. I thought that it was all visible.
It's invisible as fuck, boy.
Wait, no, it
The
shouldn't
wall is
be.
hidden.
Wait, no, hang on. Let me check the settings.
Don't hurt yourself.
God reminds me of the fucking hidden wall scenario.
No, it's not. Wait.
There we go.
Oh, it's live!
There we go. Sorry,
Yeah, that town is
apparently.
a lot larger than the fucking image on the
And-
map made it seem.
I mean, to be fair, each hex is a quarter mile.
Mm-hmm.
So this thing's like a half mile to a mile-ish across. Yeah, so anyway, you,
Show up right around here.
yes, you approach from the east. Alright. So yes, so as you what was it? So as you approach, you enter the village. You find the streets strangely abandoned. It would seem, for the most part.
Strange.
You see,
this whole place is goddamn strange.
out of the occasional building, you notice. You might notice like very faint bits of light coming out of every couple of buildings. You know, all of which seem to be boarded up, and anyone that wants can make a perception check.
Oh boy.
Alright, let's make that fucking perception shock.
Yep, that's fog.
Holy shit, you're in a town.
Wait, guys, do you know there's a town here?
Perceive!
Alright, so everyone except for Eddie notices that many of the doors and almost all of the windows are boarded up. And with those rolls, aside from Eddie, you notice that many of the walls and boards have claw marks on them. But yes, as you travel in town, the wailing seems to the sobbing seems to get louder. It seems to be coming from a. Hang on one second. Sorry. There we go. Seems to be coming from this sort of direction.
Well, making the way towards what appears to be the town center, Gus also takes note of any other potential buildings of note between 2 points.
Well, you notice that there seems to be smoke. Well, okay. You notice that this fairly large building, there seems to be a bit of light inside. Well, here, hang on. Let me take a look. There should be. Give me 1 second here. Let's see here. Doodly doodly doo. Okay, so up at this building right here, you notice a single shaft of light thrusts illumination into the main square. Its brightness looking like a solid pillar in the heavy fog.
It's
Above the gaping doorway.
Rusting shaft.
I'm really glad that you're not the only one picking up on all these dick jokes.
Above the gaping doorway, a sign hangs
Gaping,
precariously.
you say?
Oh my.
I'm sorry. I'm done. I promise. I'm done.
You sure? I mean, if you want to keep going, I can give you a minute. I can wait a minute.
No, I mean, I'll wait until you give me more material.
Yeah, it's better that way.
Okay, so the doorway, a sign hangs precariously askew, proclaiming this to be the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Oh, how inviting.
And this other large building below, you notice that the sparse light from this building spills out from behind drawn heavy curtains. A sign over the door, creaking on its hinges, reads, "Fuck's sake, why can't I speak tonight?" The sign above it reads, "Bildrath's Mercantile." So that's those two seem to be the only particular building. But yeah, you notice that the wailing seems to be coming from a more southerly direction.
So like down.
Keeps,
Okay.
Gus keeps moving towards the wailing.
Farraghar's following Gus.
You eventually stop as a moaning sob floats through the still gray streets, coloring your thoughts with sadness. The sounds flow from a dark two-story townhouse. This two-story townhouse, to be precise.
Well, to be the only source of sound in this entire village, they must have some stuff going on, so... Excuse me. Gus goes up to knock on the door.
Alright, knock. You are greeted only with further sounds of sobbing from the inside.
Hey Gus, do we go in?
I mean, this is someone's house.
Wait, go in what? Oh, building!
As opposed to what?
I've been looking at the fog.
Or it's
Yeah, alright.
Mar goes, "It is very foggy."
Good observation, Mar.
Thank you. And then he,
there
winks at
could be
you.
something wrong. I mean, we could go in and try and help this person who's sobbing.
Well, if they're sobbing, as such, like, we're new to this town. Something like this might be accepted over in Phandalin, but...
I mean, who's going to stop us? The cops that aren't
The
here?
meme police.
I mean,
what's the worst that happens? We apologize, back out, and go into another equally creepy-looking house.
well, I mean, Gus isn't going to be the sort to enter a house uninvited unless one seems to be in immediate peril.
Farragar checks to see if the door is unlocked.
The door doesn't appear to be locked, but it doesn't seem to want to open when you push it.
Kind of stuck.
Yeah.
I'm honestly kind of surprised Mar hasn't tried breaking in.
So
He goes, well, the door's not... He yells, well, the door's not locked, so...
You can climb through windows.
So it's not worth breaking into.
Exactly.
So
Man.
Farragar,
Stop trying to convince the DM to get the rogue to do something to get himself killed.
No, I'm not trying to kill
That's-
Mar. What?
To be fair,
All
that
right.
is totally something he would do.
Yeah.
all right. So
Place doesn't look like it has anything good in it anyway, is what Mar says.
can I make a strength or an athletics check to see if I can force the door open?
Yes, you may make an athletics check.
Here's Farragar.
Oh, you forgot to stretch, dude. You're just like, oh, wait.
It's your fun.
Oh,
Damn.
hang on.
Oh my god!
I just
Okay,
walked
hang on.
into the door.
Yeah, you're just like, okay, crap. I need a minute. You need a moment, like,
Well-
you feel like you probably should have stretched before you did that.
Well, while everyone else is going about trying to force the door, Gus tries to find a window to look in through.
All the windows are boarded up.
Even the second-story windows.
Especially the second story.
No, yeah, what was it? They look like they're boarded up from the inside.
Well, Gus is gonna go grind the old rumor mill. He's gonna check out the mercantile.
The mercantile.
Yeah.
Go to the shop. Okay,
Uh-huh.
then. So he's in there. Does Farragar want to? Now that I would assume he's probably stretched and wants to try again.
I thought about being a kind of a dick to the door. I was thinking about using branding smite with my sword.
I mean, okay, I was gonna say you don't.
Are you sure you want to use a spell slot on a fucking door?
exactly.
I mean,
That's
if
where
you
I'm
hit it-
stuck.
I mean, if you just hit it with, I was about to say, I mean, if you attacked it enough times, it would eventually. I mean, it would appear to be an ordinary door. Just it doesn't seem to want like, and it's not locked, but it seems like
Yeah.
you
It's
think
an
it might be
ordinary
barred.
All
door into an
All right, I'm
ordinary
gonna
house.
try. I'm gonna try running into the door again.
Okay.
While he's doing it, can I back away to the other side of the street to look like I'm not part of this? I want to
Yeah.
just watch from afar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Gus-
So you take
yeah,
a step
Gus
back
is
and you
like-
just.
Like, I'm not against going in there. It's more of I just don't want to get caught.
Okay. So now, quick question here. Now, is he just like full, like barely, like just gonna like keep on going, like assuming that like, is he just gonna like keep going, or is he just gonna like once the door's open, just like look inside, or what's his game plan?
Oh! He's running at the door, and as soon as he hits it and it swings open, he goes for the greater good, and he looks and he stops to look around to see if anyone's sobbing.
Okay, so with that, yeah, you just bam, the door goes open. You see that it seems that it was barred from the inside with a 2x4, keeping the door shut.
For the
And,
greater good.
You look in, and it's pretty darn dark in here.
Ah!
What was it?
I got this. Guess what? I can turn my mace into a light.
All right then. That is
Can't wait
indeed.
for you to club someone by accident.
What is it? Lightbringer? Is that what
Yeah.
it's called? Yes. One of Lightbringer's abilities is it can burn as bright if you speak the command word, which I assume you know. It will glow as bright as a torch. So yeah, you pull out and you see Yeah, you see this very dark, just grungy, just very aged-looking interior. Like you see, there's just like you come across like you're in a small, looks like kitchen area, with just these very old, worn-looking wooden tables, and what is it? Yeah, you see just very decrepit-looking dishes and cutlery, just kind of sitting there. You see what looks like probably a moldy piece of bread sitting on one of the counters.
Oh, son of a bitch. Go on.
But yeah, you don't see anyone immediately in here, though. But you still hear the sobbing.
Maybe you can make no noise when you break in. They'll come out and greet us.
Well, I will just say what was it? Yeah, that happens, and you look around, and it doesn't look like anyone. Doesn't look like anyone. Like, doesn't seem like anyone's coming out to investigate.
So you said it's a 2-story townhouse. So I walked
Yes.
around the first. Can I use my perception to see what I notice on the first floor before going upstairs?
Well, hang on. Quick question: is anyone else going inside with Farragar?
Yeah,
'Cause I was gonna say with the 2,500. Wait, how much does he weigh again? Like 250?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
The 250-pound lizard man with the helmet with the glowing eyes.
275.
275-pound lizard man in armor with the glowing eyes out of his helmet. Does anyone wish to go in there, or do they want that to be or do you guys want that to be the first person?
Yeah, you know what? Dell will come with.
Gus is on his way into fucking Mercantile, so
So he's walking away.
Hey, Gus is having absolutely nothing to do with breaking and entering.
I'm just gonna sit outside and watch to make sure that people don't try to, go, hey, why is this door broken open?
Like, the only reason that Gus can think of to break into a house is if someone inside might be in danger.
Someone's sobbing. They could be in danger. They could be being beat by their husband.
Then you'd probably hear the beating.
Not necessarily. Screams are louder than punches.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if
unless
it's
you're punching
sobbing...
Actions are louder than words. I
Yeah,
don't know what that
the
has to
action
do
is
with
sobbing.
anything.
Sobbing is the action. That is the
As he
action.
presses the cry button again.
Oh yeah, I should probably hang on. He's just got he's got sniffles right now. Just
Oh. Yeah,
It's
I'll
not
just be out
quite-
here. So if anyone comes by or there's anything out of the ordinary, I want to hopefully notice.
Mar. I'll say is Mar here's merchant, so he goes with Fergus to the
Have
mercantile.
fun.
All right. So anyway, we'll get to that. I just wanted to make sure
Mercantile in a second.
yeah. So all right. So Dell and Farragar are in the house. Eddie is outside watching, and Fergus and Mar are going to the mercantile, the merchant shop. All right. So we'll start with inside. We'll go back to So Drew and Dell. Yes. All right. So you're in this building, this 2-story building, and you're in the lower area, and the immediate area seems to be no one here, but you do still hear sobbing from deeper inside. What do y'all do?
I don't know if I like this, Farragar.
I don't know if I do either. Do we follow the sobbing? What direction is the sobbing coming from? Is it like to our left? Is it above us?
It sounds like, yeah, you think it might be coming from upstairs.
You ready to go upstairs, Del?
Is no an acceptable answer?
It's acceptable unless Eddie decides to come. Hey, Eddie.
I just whistle and look the other way.
You're just standing across the street with your bed. Like, no, I don't know.
Oh my god. I facepalm.
No, like
Eddie?
you're leaning up against like a picket fence, just like,
Just
waiting.
kind of like hold up the puppet. I ain't going back to the slammer. I ain't going back. And then I just like actually stuff him away in my bag.
Eddie, we're going upstairs.
Have fun.
Eddie, come on.
Hey,
You are usually the first person to jump into trouble.
Yeah, but I don't want to get arrested in a town we just got into. I mean, after the last town being uneasy about me, I'd like to make a better-ish impression in the creepy place full of things that might or might not want to eat us.
All right, Del, let's go.
This is almost like reverse the first night in Phandalin. Del and Fergar are the ones breaking and entering. This is funny.
Hey, when I get enough shit about, being horrible, I'm like, and he's like, yeah, no, not in creepy murder town.
I don't like this, but all right, fine.
All right, so yes, you eventually make your way up. Yeah, you make your way up the stairs, and you hear it's coming from down the hallway. And I assume you approach. Yes.
Yeah, we approach cautiously.
Yes, you hear it's coming from inside a room with a door slightly ajar. You just hear the sobbing, just just this horrible, horrible sobbing.
This doesn't feel right.
I walk up to the door and I knock. Excuse me, ma'am, is everything okay?
Hang on, the door is slightly opened already.
I know, I kind of lightly tap on it like the open door. I don't know. Like I knock on the open door.
You just hear, oh! Oh god, I fucked up my freaking computer glasses doing that. I was sobbing into my hands.
If someone is crying loud enough that we can hear them outside of the city, that just seems unsettling.
Just deafening levels of crying.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they'll get eaten by a spirit.
Fergar cautiously enters the room.
Alright, you enter to see what appears to be a woman, a very, very shabbily dressed woman, with like robes and like with a shawl on. Or that's like a head wrap, right? Shawl?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. She just is hutched over by the bed, just holding something, just weeping into it.
I take off my helmet and I hold it under one arm while I'm still holding Lightbringer with the other. Mm-hmm.
There's a bit more light in this room. The windows aren't quite as bored, like there's some gaps in there. And there are like a couple candles in this room.
Alright.
Yeah, your torch does make things very, very visible.
Please don't alert the witch.
Quick, while you got the opportunity, fucking crown it.
Oh, Left 4 Dead.
Del pulls out his shotgun.
I hate these goddamn vampires.
I'm sure you all remember the last arc when Del got his shotgun.
Yeah.
He pulls it out, he just cocks and goes, I hate all these goddamn vampires. In his gruff, very manly Del voice.
Yeah, of course.
Gus just grabbed the katana.
Pills.
Meanwhile, Eddie goes, K-Land!
Do I look like some sort of queer?
This one time, me and my buddy Keith.
This one time, me and my buddy Fergar, I busted into this place and killed all the
people. Alright.
Oh, it was great. He decapitated the guy and traumatized the kids.
You did do that.
You don't have time for this, Eddie.
Okay.
Alright, so I put out Lightbringer and I kind of put it back and hang it back over my back like I normally would, and I walk up to the lady and I tap on her shoulder and I'm like, "Ma'am, is everything okay?"
She she stops for a moment and kind of looks over towards you and she goes, the devil took my baby, my Gertruda.
The devil took your baby?
The devil Strahd. I know it was him.
Oh god, I thought you were talking
He took her from me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Was the baby's name Gruntilda? Because it sounded like
Gertruda. Sorry.
It sounded like Gruntilda.
Sorry. Like Gertrude, but with an A at the end.
I totally call being Kazooie.
Okay, shut up, Gruntilda.
He gets all the fancy shoes.
I get to sit in someone's back and get carried like always.
Yo, I call dibs on being JonTron.
Why would you
Okay, well,
want...
you're out of the campaign.
Yeah, you're out of the campaign.
Too many complaints from Twitch.
So Del, have you heard of this Strahd fellow?
Have I?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Neither of you have.
I've never heard of a Strahd.
He's the vampire who lords over this domain.
Vampire?
Oh. He's the devil.
Why would he take your son?
Daughter.
Daughter, sorry.
My
Why
daughter's
would you
name's
take his son,
Gertrude.
Gertrude?
Gertruda.
My son's named Gertruda.
You know, maybe he just ran away because you named him Gertruda.
Great, break in and bully
Sorry
this
for
woman.
ruining your horror campaign.
I mean, to be fair, we started off with lots of dick jokes and Rick and Morty jokes.
Dick and Morty. Anyway.
Where does this Strahd vampire live? Or hide out? Does anyone know?
He lives in the castle. Castle Ravenloft. Even how it's always looming. He's always watching down at us. Just waiting. Waiting to get us all. She's just still sobbing.
I look over to Del and I kind of motion him over.
Del, like, shrug, like, he's like, I don't, like, I... Alright, Del, like, goes over and he kneels down next to the lady and he's like, ma'am, is there any chance at all, do you know what this vampire would have wanted with your daughter?
She stops for a moment and she starts thinking. And then you see just this look of horror across her face, like as she's thinking about it, and then she just starts weeping even harder.
Del, like, sighs and he...
Yeah, does Del know what a
like-
vampire is?
He, like, well, if he wanted blood, he'd kidnap an adult, not a kid. So he sighs and he, like,
Make an insight check.
alright. Let me... Wait a second. Hold on, I gotta pull my character sheet back up. Insight.
Crit
Insight.
Yes.
fails.
This infant child, Gertruda, has been stolen. You are certain of this.
Okay, fantastic.
Would Farragar like to make an insight check?
Sure.
Gertruda is hiding under the bed.
The thought crosses your mind. She never specified how old Gertruda was. She just called her baby.
Oh, that's fair. Alright. Del kneels down in front of the woman and he puts a hand on her shoulder and he goes, ma'am, listen. We are heroes. We were sent from Phandalin by the King's Alliance. And I'm going to tell you right now that if your daughter is alive and there is any way at all that we can help her, we will bring her back safe to you.
Like she looks at I'll say you're close enough. What was it? You see that what she's clutching in her hands is just this very raggedy-looking burlap sack doll. Like
So it's probably a kid.
You
Ma'am,
ask.
how old is your daughter?
She's about 17. But I wanted to keep her safe. I never let her out. I always made sure she stayed away. Where Strahd wouldn't see her, but she got out, and Strahd... He found her. Please, she's so beautiful. She's all I have. And the devil has her.
Ma'am, like my companion here said, we're heroes. You know, we've been on countless adventures already. We've saved the people of Phandalin. We fought dragons. I think we can take down this vampire. And if your daughter is alive, we will bring her home. I make that promise to you now.
And before, make a deception check because we never actually fought a dragon.
Okay, so
We'd believe it, I
it's
think.
only okay. I was gonna say it's only deception if he thinks he's lying. Probably in his mind, he probably thinks they did.
I mean, we just had a dance battle with it. Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
Like she gets up and she like just gives you this big hug and she's like, "Thank you, strange lizard man."
You can call me Fergar.
Thank you, Fergar, the strange lizard man. Please. And she like hands you this raggedy doll. She's like, "Please, find my Gertruda. Save her from the devil."
Yes, we will. And this here is Dell, and there are a couple other members of our party. We can handle this.
Are they also lizard people?
No, I mean, not that I'm aware of.
Secretly
just
Gus has been
outside.
playing the whole game.
I put my hand over my mouth trying to hide that I'm snickering at that comment.
If you want, the two of you can make insight checks.
All I could think of is just Eddie outside scratching his face. A bunch of flesh comes off. There's just like scales underneath.
I knew it!
God damn it. Just patching it back up while everyone's away.
So,
Does Del
hold
wanna
on
make an
real
insight check?
quick. Eddie, would you like to see your portrait so far?
That's up to you. I mean, I'm cool with waiting or seeing it in progress.
I can whip it real quick. Whip it
Okay.
real good. I'll put it in
Whip
the,
it out, babe!
the shit posting channel.
Whip out that samurai dick, babe.
Oh shit.
Yo.
Nice.
Goddamn, son.
Probably make your head a little bigger.
Yeah.
Make
To
it the
fit
whole
his
size
ego.
of it. Yeah.
What am I rolling?
So if you want, you can make an
Insight.
insight check on, she hasn't told you yet, but her name is Mad Mary.
Alright.
Yeah, just now that she's calmed down a bit and the way she's kind of looking at the two of you, you're pretty sure she's never seen a Dragonborn before.
I'd piece
Possibly
that
never
together.
even- Possibly she might not have ever even heard of one.
So her calling you a lizard was horribly racist?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Just
It's
like
more
how I
just
called
she
him a
doesn't know
lizard?
what she's looking at.
It's
so
it's racism out of ignorance, not out of malice. So you know, not as bad.
Or being a jackass wizard.
Or being a jackass wizard.
The jackass wizard is just racist.
He hates everyone.
Wizard isn't a race, you dummy.
It is in Dungeons and Dragons.
Then what the fuck is a gnome?
It's not even a race, let's be honest.
But yeah, so yeah, she seems to be calming down a bit at the news that these strange men that have that are now in her house have promised to find her missing daughter.
Well, when you say it like that, sounds fucking weird.
I mean, she hasn't quite. No, I mean, she hasn't quite caught on to that yet, but that is technically what's happening.
Thank you for breaking into my house. Hey.
Did you break my door? I brought it up.
I'll pay for it.
Oh, damn right you will. She proceeds to stab you.
Pulls off the mask. Surprise! It's me,
It's
Strahd.
I was about to say, jokes on you. I don't need to save your daughter if you're dead.
Joke's on you, I don't have a daughter.
And then Strahd pulls off his mask and it's fucking Gus.
And then he stabs fucking.
It's like a bad episode of Scooby Doo.
It's like a terrible episode of Black Mirror.
And then he pulls off his mask and it's actually Mar.
It's like a normal episode of Black Mirror.
And then Fergus pulls off his mask and it's actually Mar.
Oh no.
This is getting
Mar
worse.
pulls off his hood
And
and
then
it's
Mark pulls
actually
off his mask.
Garfield.
It's a lizard person.
Garfield pulls it off.
No,
It's
then-
actually
and
little
then-
Jimmy.
And then Garfield turns into a fucking, like, pterodactyl and flies out the window.
And then the pterodactyl, before it drops, lays an egg, and Jakaj pops out of the egg.
And
Oh,
then
no.
Jim Carrey ate a squirrel and the world exploded.
Exactly.
Right, but yeah, moving along.
Right, so okay. So anything else you wanted to say to or ask this woman?
So how might we find this castle that Strahd lives in?
It's probably a pretty
You-
obvious castle.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Actually, you know what? Here, Eddie, make a perception check for me.
Eddie's not in the room.
No, but
Yeah.
he's outside, and
Yeah,
I'm
he
switching
fucked
over to
off.
Android.
Fuck, I actually, because every so often it randomly resizes my window to the size of nothing.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right. With that, as Mad Mary is speaking, Eddie, you notice that the fog starts lifting up a bit, and and off in the distance, and sorry, I'm getting a little tongue tied here. You see off in the distance, just looming up like it just pierces up like a lance into the sky, up on the cliffs off in the distance. You just see this large, very foreboding-looking castle that's just looming over the village, way off in the distance, like a good mile or two, a good couple miles off.
So out of character, is it this?
Oh,
That looks like a church.
Yeah, that looks like a
What?
church with a graveyard. I think he's talking
What?
about that orange
Oh no, it's
building
not on
to the
this
top
map.
left.
It's not on the
Yeah.
map. You can't see it.
Oh, okay.
It's not on the map. You don't. Well,
Yeah, it's
it's
outside
not
of
on
town.
this. It's
Okay.
not on this map.
For the record, when I see it, I just kind of like look up at it, just go, Just kind of like have the puppet and I look at each other. That's not Noman, right? Just make him shake his head.
Yeah.
Thank
And
God.
then, yeah, and so as you're seeing this, though, what was it? At the same time, Mary is talking. She goes, "The castle. It is up the cliffs. It is always looking down at us. That's where he watches. You can see it from anywhere in town. Even when the mists obscure it, we all know it is still there, always watching."
She sounds positively mad.
I turned to Dell
Where
and
the name comes from.
I put my hand on his shoulder, and so
Oh,
I'm like,
hand
"Well,
shoulder.
Dell, it sounds like we're not going to have much of an element of surprise on this guy, so we better round up the rest of the guys and come up with a plan."
Farragut, can I be totally honest with you?
Yeah.
I hate this shit.
Oh, also, what was it? Don't forget, last session there was also you guys found that letter
Mm-hmm.
written by
A dude.
Kolyan Indirovich, the burgomaster, mentioning a
Burgomaster.
vampire biting his daughter. But anyway,
The fuck is a Burgo?
just shut. Why? Why? It's just a title. It is just a freaking Eastern
he's the-
European title.
He's
burgomaster.
the master of Burgos.
He's the master
Burgo
of
master.
the Berg. You dipshit.
No, it
So he
says
really likes
Burgo.
icebergs?
I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's freaking European. It probably roughly.
He's joking!
No, this
It's
is
a
100%
joke!
always serious. No, don't you know? Whenever we play D&D, we're always 100% serious at all times. Come
except
on.
for the part
Oh
when
my
Gus
God.
is Mad Mary.
Except for the part where Strahd, it's actually Strahd, and he stabs you.
Yeah.
And it's
He pulls out
actually
a gun and
Gus.
just jerks you.
And then it's actually Mar, and then it's actually Garfield, and then it's actually a pterodactyl, and then it's Sherlock.
I mean, let's be honest, Sherlock is the
Not
pterodactyl.
even Jakaj, just actual Sherlock.
And he's like,
like-
where am I?
He's like, "Hey guys, I wanted to be part of the D&D campaign again. I figured Jakaj was out of the question, so I just thought I'd put myself in here and stab you." Hope
And
you
then we
don't
murder
mind.
him because self-insert characters.
No, but okay.
And then there's a fucking like the Garfield.
Okay,
tandem.
moving back along. Okay, so yes, so we're still with Mad Mary, Del, Fergar.
All right. Well, we're gonna go tag up with the rest of our party. And
Before we go, is there any other information you could give us that might help? Anything you know at all?
Yeah, hang on 1 second.
Has an intense weakness to garlic.
He is the devil.
use holy water. Talk to Buffy
You're
the
really
Vampire
good.
Slayer.
Yes,
Can we
she
find
tells
Simon
you.
Belmont?
Yes. What was it? Yes, she tells you his full name. His full name. The devil's full name is Strahd von Zarovich. He is a vampire.
Stuart
He
von
do-
Stroddington.
But it's not at all what she said.
Strahd
just
von
fit-
what?
Look, if you're gonna make a joke, can I at least finish my sentence first? Come on, like at least don't cut me off mid-sentence, please. Like I get, for kidding around, but come on, just let me finish a sentence and then make the joke. Yes, the castle is called Castle Ravenloft. No one is welcome there.
Yeah, I kind of got that feeling.
And I just know one other thing is the vampires, they cannot enter anyone's residence unless they get invited from someone inside.
Well, at the very least, then you know we're not vampires.
Or do I? No. Yes. Wait. How did you get in here?
Yeah, sorry about that. We
Did you break my door?
we did. We'll fix it.
I did. I heard you sobbing, and I got concerned because we heard you
And
kind
by
of
the
outside
time
of
he was
town.
yeah, and by the time he was in there, I figured I couldn't let him go in alone. We'll fix it.
But anyway, yeah,
We're
and,
heroes. We'll fix it.
and running water. They say that it burns vampires like acid.
Do
So
you mean like
Yeah,
a
vampire.
river?
yes, they cannot cross through rivers without a bridge,
Oh, okay, that's
or
helpful
well,
information.
unless they fly,
Unless, well, wait, what?
or at least I think Strahd can fly. I do not know.
I mean, I heard a helicopter once in a while.
all I'm thinking of,
jet.
all I'm thinking of right now is the
beach, same time every day, same routine.
Clear target and summer, right?
all I'm
The skies
imagining.
are overcast.
All I'm imagining right now is that episode of Futurama where they go to like the robot planet and then like they're sitting there in front of no, they're sitting in front of the freaking robot elders and they're like, and Fry goes, "Oh, you better stop or I'll breathe fire on you." And the elders are like, "Can humans really do that, or did we just make that up?" I don't know. I think it was in that movie.
I'm waiting for him to have laser eyes and ride a T-Rex just because they're so afraid of him.
Shitposting channel, in case you aren't looking at it right now.
I saw it.
Okay, and then she
Black ass magic. I can actually smell the fried chicken.
Wow!
Wait, so I didn't say I can smell the cocoa butter?
and she tells you what was it? And she tells you a couple more things. She tells you we are all trapped here in the devil's domain. Anyone who attempts to leave the land of Borovia begin choking on the fog. Those who don't turn back perish.
Okay, so don't leave the town. Got it.
And you are not the first strange folk who come here. Many strange folk. They have been drawn to this place over the years, but they all die or disappear before long.
Well, I feel like I should come up with some witty, reassuring quip here, but honestly, I'm terrified of vampires. It's not gonna stop me though. We will get your daughter back.
Thank you, strange man elf. And she gives you a hug.
Yet. Well, if the boot fits, I guess.
All right, we should probably go find the rest of them. We will.
Yeah, let's head out.
Yep.
Alright, so, doodly-doodly-doo, doing a slight time warp here, we flash back to the other part where Mar and Fergus are making their way to the town shop.
Yep. Grind the rumor mill, so to speak.
Alright, so give me 1 sec here. Okay, give me 1 sec here. Okay, alright, do. Hang on. There we go. Alright. So yes, you you make your way over to the mercantile. You Alright, yes, so you walk on, I assume you just like, walk on in then, or
Yeah. I mean,
Alright,
it's a
so-
store, so.
yeah, so you walk on in, you see it's a fairly large rectangular building. There's, some shelves and, stuff on there, and you see a fairly gruffed, slightly aged-looking gentleman behind the counter.
Mhm.
And, yes, he comes up, he looks over at you as you enter, and he goes, "Ah, hello there.
Greetings.
Welcome to Bildreth Mercantile. My name is Bildreth Cantemir. I can tell you are new here. I have not seen your faces before.
Yes, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Gus.
Nice to meet you." And Mar just kind of stands there and goes, "I'm Mar." And he just kind of like looks
I
away.
already
slightly.
do not like you.
You see, like, he kind of pulls his hood up and just kind of, crosses his arms, looking all pouty.
Yeah. And what did you say the guy's last name was?
Cantemir. Here, let me spell it for you if you're writing it down. It's Bild. Here, I'll just type it in the...
I've already got Bildrath, Bildrath.
Yeah.
Then Cantamir, Cantamir.
Yep, there you go. I'll just type it for you.
Oh, with an E instead of an A. Okay. All right.
Yeah, Cantemir. He goes, "Yes, strange folk wander in every now and then. I do not usually get to see them for long." Oh,
Tell
go ahead.
Tell me, what usually winds up happening to these strange people, if you don't mind my asking?
Yes, well, the mists get them. The mists usually seem to get them. There are many, many dangerous things lurking in the mists, my friend. Which is why you should buy my wares to make sure you are prepared.
Well, tell me,
Is this
what sorts
Manic
of
No,
what sorts of
he's
threats
human.
are we like to face?
Mary and this gentleman here both are human. Give me a second.
Because he does many wares to sell.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
Sorry, repeat your question. I was looking at something.
Well, if your wares are the kinds to keep the threats that we're going to face at bay, what sorts of threats are there that we may end up facing?
Ah, yes. There are the wolves, the werewolves, the rats, the bats, the lions, the tigers, the bears. Oh my! No, he doesn't say that. He tells
So
you
werewolves,
the
rats,
vampires, also the undead. Oh, many, many terrible things are out in the mists. This is why, if I would not advise, I would very much advise against traveling. But if you must, I would advise sticking to the roads.
Well, I don't imagine that undead are going to be too much of an issue. Amongst the members of the group that I came with, one of the members was a paladin.
Well, do not be too sure.
Was?
Is.
Yep.
But yeah, just sort of,
he's
Gus is like half telling it to Berdrath while simultaneously just, kind of sort of thinking to himself, going through a mental checklist.
What is it? Yes. So, Mara's just like, you can tell he's just kind of eyeing around, looking for anything valuable, as he tend to do. But anyway,
Smack him.
No.
he hasn't done anything yet to warrant it.
Smack him.
Anything yet?
Smack him anyway as a precursor, like as a warning.
No, see, I'll only hit him after he's fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. That's
To teach him to not fuck up.
What is it?
That is going to be the mistake that he learns from. But yeah, go on.
Do not be so sure. Well, this was many, many years ago, long before I was born. But there was once I am told that there was once an entire, a small fortress of paladins that, who they say fought for a mighty dragon long, long ago. But the devil apparently made short work of them.
The devil?
Yes, the devil, vampire. And he kind of ushers you in closer, he ushers you come closer,
All right,
like
Gus,
kind of leans in.
Yeah, Gus leans in.
You'd stabbed.
The devil, Strahd von Zarovich. It is unwise to say his name, for they say he is always listening. He is a curse on this land.
Just imagine being like Mar, just going like Strahd, just yelling it.
Well,
No, that sounds like more of a Fairgar thing.
well, Gus sort of asks, well, does this man, this Strahd von Zarovich, have any notable weaknesses?
I would not say he is a man any longer. Not in the way that we would think. If I knew of such weaknesses, well, he is a vampire. So, I suppose what? They stick to the heart, sunlight. Well, you may have noticed that is in rather short supply here.
Yes, I noticed. We only wound up arriving here earlier this morning.
Ah, well, good. Do not want to be out there in the woods after dark. That is when the wolves come out.
Yeah.
The devil controls the wolves. They all serve him. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Well, speaking of wolves, we initially come from the town of Phandalin, but we were hired by this, requested by this group, the Lord's Alliance, to sort of help end a werewolf threat, but we found ourselves arriving here. You wouldn't happen to know anything about the weaknesses of werewolves, would you?
He looks at you, he starts kind of laughing, and he goes, ha 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 ha. I do not know of these places or this alliance of which you speak, but it is not an uncommon tale. We're not the first set of strange folks to walk this city. I am doubtful you will be the last. Like as I told you, the mists claim them all eventually. But werewolves, I believe silver is the only thing I can think of. Although you may have already known that. They do not like it. It burns them like hot iron. But other than that, I cannot say. So, perhaps you would like to be buying my wares, though, to ensure that the mist will not get you, my friend.
Well, what sort of things would we need to stave off the mist?
Well, the mists are usually not very thick during the day, so I would advise you cannot fight the mists. I hear some of the Vistani. They claim they sell an elixir that can stave off the effects of the mists. But I have not tried it myself. I do not know.
The Vistani?
Yes, the Vistani. They second. One second. Yes, they are. Yes, they are wandering folks, gypsy-like, you might say. They travel around in large groups of caravans. They seem very, very festive types. I do not know. I do not usually see too many of them. Although, a few of them, they run the Blood of the Vine Tavern across the road there. I know. I believe the 3 Vistani women are in that place, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I do not know. I do not believe they are selling any. But I have heard tell from some of the townsfolk that while they're out hunting, they sometimes come across the Vistani. But he goes, but I do not have such an elixir. But if you take a look at the rest of my wares, perhaps you'll find many useful things for staying alive out there. And you see he's got everything. Well, he's selling everything on the adventuring gear table that's worth less than 25 gold. So if it's 25 or higher, he's not selling it.
All right. And that I believe we have the link to in the important links somewhere.
I believe so. Check it.
Yeah, Drive Google. I think that's...
D&D shop catalog. Yep, there we go.
Yeah. So that's going to be the adventuring or the general store?
Yeah. Is there anything you wish to purchase?
I'm taking a look. Let's see. You know, looking at it, I stocked up pretty well earlier, but...
Maybe a couple flasks of oil?
Yeah, it might be a good idea. Let's
All
see
right, how many would you
do I have
like?
right now? Let's see how many I got right now. Oil.
Oil!
Let's see. I currently have 5, so... And the oil
Maybe one more?
flasks are...
1, 2 more?
Make it 2.
All right, that will be 20 silver pieces, my friend.
All right. I believe that translates to 2 GP.
Yes.
All right. I hand him 2 gold coins.
Pleasure doing business with you. Is there anything else I might be getting you, my friend?
Gus takes another look around and says, you know, before I get much more, I should probably meet back up with the rest of my party, but I'm going to be sure to bring them by. Thank you for all your help and information.
All right. Just before you go, do you need any rations? Hey, you do not want to be starving out there.
You know what, he checks his pack and counts out the 7 that he has, and he says, I think I'm actually pretty good for now.
All right, then. Well, again, remember, you are always welcome here.
I'll make sure to bring my friends.
Do, please, yes. I will sell you everything you need to not die in the mist.
Right. And Gus winds up taking Mar by the shoulder and just sort of, you know, just walking out, making sure he doesn't linger.
Like, fine. Steal. It's like, yeah, fine. Nothing worth stealing anyway. You're not my real dad.
You're not even my fake dad.
You're not even my space dad. All right. So yes. So we'll say that it's been about roughly equivalent. So yeah, you walk on out and you see. I would assume that Del and Fergar are
They're probably finished around the same time.
yeah, no, I was gonna say
Just
they're probably heading out with oh yeah. So who's carrying the decrepit stuffed doll that she gave you, that Mad Mary gave you?
Fergar.
Fergar?
Wait, what?
Okay then, Fergar, add to your inventory. Just add you can just add decrepit doll. And I'll say, what is it? Yeah, what is it? If you take a look at it.
How much does it weigh?
How much is it worth?
Call it nothing.
We'll just say it's negligible weight.
Yeah.
It's just a little sack doll.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
take a tip from actual video games. Key items have no weight.
And you, what is it? Like you just take a look at it. It's very, looks like it's very old and just it was just kind of stitched together. And you notice a little tag at the bottom there, that a little tag sewed onto like one of the legs that just that bears the words, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky." It's just written there on a little tag.
Words to live by.
All right, and I would assume. So yeah, what do you guys say to Eddie as you walk up? So yeah, so the sobbing is stopped on Eddie.
I thought Eddie fucked off.
Yeah, he's just standing
Wait,
there.
what does the tag say again?
Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Is no fun, comma, is no Blinsky. And if you want to know how you spell Blinsky, it's BLINSKY.
If you would like to know what Blinsky means, fuck off.
Hey, you might find out.
Googling.
No, don't Google that. You might actually find out something that you should not.
You might spoil something.
You might actually get a Google result that tells you what that means.
Oh.
It's a Blinsky.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find good old Cliffy.
Alright, so yeah, so Eddie, from your perspective, you see, you hear that the sobbing is stopped, and you eventually see Del and Fergar walking out of this building.
Did you read what I typed in the chat during that?
Oh no, what did that?
Basically, like after a while, I was just standing around.
Off.
He kind of gets bored and is like, "They're fine."
Oh, I didn't. No, I didn't. I wasn't reading the chat at the time. I was focusing on.
Probably for the best.
Okay then. Well then. So where is Eddie going then?
He just wanders whatever way that Gus didn't.
Okay, so you just. All right.
Makes its way south.
Like, worst comes to worst, nothing can happen, and I just eventually wander back to them.
Okay, you start wandering around just very empty, barren, decrepit streets.
And then you're taken away by a bat that weighs 500 pounds.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm saying.
And then, well, I guess you head south. You eventually see probably the largest building you've seen in town. Which is towards the bottom there. What is that?
Also, basically the whole time he's just making stupid mist puns with his puppet.
Yeah, eventually you come up to this very large mansion-looking building, which is if you were heading the opposite way of Burgess, that'd be south. You see a wary-looking mansion squats behind a rusting iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The stuttering squeal and clang of the gate repeats with mindless precision. Weeds choke the grounds and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet, against the walls, the growth has been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. Heavy claw markings have striped the once beautiful finish of the walls. Great black marks tell of the fires that have assailed the mansion. Not a pane nor shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omens.
Was there an obvious way in, or were they all basically closed off? I'm an idiot, and for some reason
the gate's open. Like the gate looks like it's been kind of
the gate,
torn, like somebody was busting through that gate. Like literally, one of the gate doors is not. Yeah, one of the gates is literally like off its hinge, and the other one's just kind of swaying.
The actual building itself, not just the gate.
Well, it looks like it's boarded up and like secured, just like everywhere else.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of do fly once around it just to see if there's anything else out back, and then I'll probably not go there because that's spooky as shit.
Good
okay,
choice.
You fly around. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Gets kidnapped and eaten by bats.
This place looks old and decrepit from what you can immediately tell.
You're so perceptive.
You're still
Fantastic.
just thinking about those damn mists, man.
Hey, man. No, like, I admit it. This place is really hit or miss. Just continue flying around. But yeah, then I'll just
And then
basically
what is
just
it?
wander.
Yeah, you're holding the puppet. Yeah, little Jimmy goes, "Good one," and he just gives you a little high five.
I try not falling off the broom.
I scream because little Jimmy has apparently gained sentience.
Damn, Skippy!
But yeah, no. I'll just kind of
One
look around
day.
it and then just...
Just watch
Or
one day,
another.
Corbin.
But no, I'll just like kind of fly around this way, just quickly, not even looking around too much. If there's nothing exciting happening, I'll just probably end up circling my way back.
All right, so yeah, you probably make your way back, and then you see Del and Farragar have walked outside, and the sobbing has ceased.
So, did you kill whatever was making that noise?
Not as such, no.
Well, that's a nice change of pace.
We're
What is it?
on a rescue mission now, apparently.
Uh-huh. I mean, weren't we already on a rescue mission, to save kids and...
Rescue mission +1.
Mm,
No, what was it? Actually, what was it? Mad Mary is kind of behind you. She's trying to she's got a new 2x4 with which to bar the door with.
Yeah, Dell's helping her board up the door.
And she looks out over at you, and she's like, "Is that one of those dwarves? I would have."
Close enough.
I'm sure. I'd be a dwarf.
Weren't they supposed to have big bushy beards?
Well, he's got the mustache.
I'm just gonna start
I
like,
would say
doing
you
the
have.
dwarf
I'm gonna say you have advantage, and yeah, she believes you. She thinks you're a dwarf.
bitching.
I facepalm.
Just say various dwarvy things. Talk about rocks all of a sudden out of nowhere.
Boy, I do love eating me a rock.
Yeah.
They are
Oh,
very
sure does.
nutritious.
What?
I sure am hungry.
Wait,
Us dwarves need rocks here.
why is there a teeny? Wait, why are you using? Why are you using that? Why aren't you using your token?
Yeah, you just click and drag from the player's tab
Drag
to like
and
onto
click.
the
Scrape and
that.
lick.
yeah, just like that. But I don't want mine right now, so
What?
yeah,
The
basically
player.
like, instead of like clicking
I
clicking
didn't
and
make that
dragging
for
from
you
your
so you
character's
cannot
sheet.
use it.
Ah.
Just take it away,
Yes.
Corbin.
Okay, so
See, I was clicking on the picture, not my name.
yeah, you click on your name. You click and drag.
Yeah. Well, no, I was clicking on the picture and dragging, not clicking on the name and dragging.
Yeah, it's okay. Don't worry. So,
Okay, so rescue mission. Like, what are we rescuing this time? A dog, a cat in a tree, Farragar's lost
Daughter.
cousin.
A
Oh,
daughter.
fantastic. So I guess we're gonna have to go
17.
hunt down more werewolves.
Vampires, actually.
yeah, we'll say that just the whole party's reconnoitered at this point.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, would I
Yes.
have known any weaknesses about vampires like before they'd even told me, or are vampires not very?
Make a Arcana check. Well, yeah, running water hurts them. Sunlight definitely hurts them.
You know that garlic doesn't.
But you choose
but
to
that's-
not. But
that's-
you choose to omit that truth.
Maybe you're like maybe
Yeah.
maybe garlic. I'm not sure. Maybe
Good
it
to know.
helps. I don't know. But you've heard some things about garlic. But anyway, you're like you're like yeah. But yeah, that's what you've got
Okay,
about
I'm just making
vampires.
sure because it'd probably be better than from people who are terrified in the city.
Maybe like if you get like a wooden stake through the heart, that can kill them.
Steak.
I mean, that can be said for most things.
Yeah.
If I got a wooden
Yeah,
stake
but
through
that
my
keep-
heart,
yeah,
it'd
but-
kill me super hard too.
Yeah,
I
but
think it just kills them
keeps them down.
extra.
it just keeps them down. No, it kills them and it keeps them down. Typically.
Typically.
At least on the weaker vampires, you know it works.
Fantastic. I sure am glad we're going to go kill some weaker vampires, right?
Yeah, I'm sure Strahd isn't a mega powerful vampire or anything.
I'm sorry, who?
Oh, that's what this guy's name is, apparently.
Great. Wait, let me guess. Big megalomaniacal vampire is up there, as I just point towards the terrifying, ominous castle.
Up where? Holy shit!
We couldn't have just came here and, like, I don't know, gotten a beer, went back, not
Well,
gone to the spooky death castle.
Gus winds up piping up and says, well, I was talking to the shopkeep, and he was saying that the mist here poses a real and significant danger on its own, not to mention the things that live in it.
I hate this place.
Not to mention, rumor mill says that apparently that Strahd fellow also controls the wolves in the area.
Of course it is.
So, we're not getting back up then.
No.
We've got our work cut out for us here, guys.
Well, in any event, I also wound up hearing rumor about this this group called the Vistani. Apparently there are a
Vistani?
couple of them.
Del like perks up a bit as you say that.
You
Well,
know,
they continuing to talk. Well, what Dell's emoting?
The Vistani?
Yeah, merchant said that the Vistani are apparently sort of a gypsy group that live near the area.
I know about
Apparently
the Vistani.
there's- Yeah, well, apparently there's a trio of them that work over at the Blood on the Vine Tavern.
Wait, there are Vistani here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh
As
shit,
well
we
as-
need to go over to that tavern.
As well as Gus sort of like putting his hand out like a, okay, slow down, mate. He says that apparently there was mention that they also know how to make an elixir that can protect us from the mists.
I don't know about that. I mean,
Like I said, it's all rumor.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
if it
and,
fails,
like-
we're gonna get eaten by mist.
guys, I know that we're on a job and all that sort of thing, so like it's not priority, but we gotta. I don't know if you guys have ever partied with the Vistani before, but they know their way around, having a good time.
Well, in any event, looking at the approaching darkness, we're probably going to have to spend a night at the Blood on the Vine anyway.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
I also like point out the creepy ass, like the extra creepy ass manor to the south, because that's unnerving.
All
right, noted.
Suppose that we make our way to the Blood on the Vine.
After we're done helping this lady with her door, of course.
I mean, I don't imagine that takes too long.
No, yeah. It mainly you just busted the 2x4 that was holding it shut. 1 second. Ah, here we go. Boop. You
Ugh.
see, this should be a picture of Mad Mary.
2 out of 10.
2 out of 10, wooden smash. Wood smash
See
door.
her.
Something's
She's
wrong with your
beautiful,
doors.
shut up.
Nurse.
All women are queens.
If
If
she
she breathes,
breathes, she a thought. All women are queens, Anakin.
If she breathes, she's a thought.
All right. Let's fix this door and then go to the inn.
All right, yeah.
Yeah, go to the Blood on the Vine.
So yes, so you head on over there. You see it's a fairly large cavern building. You make your way up to the building. It's fairly large. On closer inspection, you see that the sign of there, where it says "Blood of the Vine," looks like there had originally been an N, instead of an F, so it would have been "Blood on the Vine."
Like you said earlier.
Yeah, but it's actually it says the "Blood of the Vine." Somebody scratched an F over there.
Fuck.
But anyway, Alright, so yes, you enter in and you see that a blazing fire in the hearth gives scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. You see the barkeep. You see three which, well, Del would probably recognize as Vistani-looking women, sitting all together over at a table by themselves, and a lone man sitting by himself drinking wine over in the corner.
Well, Eddie, you ready to get your drink on?
I mean, I've kind of been ready since, there was fog everywhere. And there's a giant foreboding castle apparently we have to, storm.
Well, I walk over to the innkeeper, and I go... Barkeep, and I'm like, alright, we're all going to need rooms, but my half-pint homie right here, and I need the biggest thing of mead you can possibly give us.
And silly straws.
He's kind of got this mostly kind of blank expression, blank, like somewhat dour, but mostly kind of blankish looking expression as he's cleaning glasses one at a time in front of you. He goes,
just what is the largest denomination of mead that I can purchase at a time?
He tells you, we don't have any rooms, but small glass of wine costs 1 copper piece. A pitcher of wine costs 1 silver piece. And he just continues cleaning glasses in front of you.
Huh. They have werewolves, vampires, and zombies. Who knew?
While this is going on, Gus pulls out his flasks and just sort of mumbles to it while untwisting the cap. Takes
2 pints. 2 pints of wine, please. Or pitchers, sorry.
He holds out his hand and goes, 2 silver pieces.
I give him 2 silver pieces.
He sticks the silver pieces in his pocket, and he walks back, opens up a couple of bottles of wine, and pours you 2 pitchers, and hands them to you, and hands you a couple of glasses, and hands you several glasses.
Like they're gonna share.
I just kind of and then he just goes back. Yeah, and then he just goes back to cleaning the glasses as he was before.
I pick up my pitcher, and I motion to Eddie to pick up his, and I go to cheers.
Yeah. I just hold it, the big thing with both hands, kind of drink the glasses, and then just proceed to try and chug as much of it as I can.
Same here.
This place is kind of unnerving.
When he stops to catch his breath, he says, "Okay, your turn, little guy," as he dumps the rest of it onto his puppet.
No, I think near the end, he actually starts trying to get the puppet to drink it a little bit.
No, I think you make it most of the way through the pit. You're just trying to chug the whole thing at once. Is that right?
Yeah,
basically.
Okay, yeah. I'll say Farragar, you get through partway, about, I'm gonna say 2/3 of the way through, you kind of swallow wrong, and so you're just you spit out a small bit onto the counter, just you're having a small coughing fit because you got a little bit in your lung.
Lung.
And the bartender.
What the fuck?
I just go right back to finishing it.
Yeah, the bartender, he just takes out a rag, walks over, wipes up where you kind of coughed up, and then slings it over his shoulder, and then just walks back, gets back to cleaning glasses.
Sorry, Shambles.
He doesn't really acknowledge that comment.
I don't
So
think
I'm
he
guessing-
acknowledges much anymore that isn't a brain.
So I'm guessing while this is going on, Dell winds up moving over to the 3 Vistani-looking women in the corner.
I wasn't gonna, but I guess if I'm
I mean-
to apply the fiction of this story, then sure, I do that.
I mean,
Okay.
like, I'm saying an assumption. It's your character. You can do what you want.
Yeah,
Gus doesn't know what a
this'll
Vistani looks
this'll
like.
be interesting.
Bar fight.
And he goes up to them and he says, "So this is heard about you two. You're the owners of this place, right?
There's 3 of them.
You 3. Sorry."
No, it's just clarifying was all. What is it? The 3 of them, they kind of look over at you, and then they kind of look over at each other. They look at you slightly disinterestedly. They go, one of them goes, "Yes, we own the blood the blood of the vine."
You got no rooms open though? What's up with that?
We are just a tavern. We are not an inn.
Oh, that makes sense. Sorry, it's most of the taverns that we've been to double as inns. It's odd to see one nowadays that doesn't.
This place is old. One of them says. Another one goes, perhaps Father Donovich. Another one pipes up. She goes, "Perhaps Father Donovich at the church will let you stay."
We're church boys now.
What's
Gus,
his story, Father Donovich?
Oh, he is the town priest. Well, most folks don't really go towards the church anymore. They say. What with all the screaming?
Screaming. What?
Fair guy turns his head. He's just,
No,
he
you're over at
looks-
the bar. These guys are at a table like a decent ways away.
Oh, okay. So I wouldn't hear.
No, not unless you were actively like paying attention, like actively trying to listen in. Which
Gotcha.
I don't think Virgar is. I think he's too focused on his
Wine.
wine.
And I'm guessing that the church is the northernmost building, yes?
Yes, it is. You probably would have maybe caught a glimpse of it as you were walking in. You probably would have caught it down the road. As it's a church, so it's relatively tall.
So, at that, Gus raises an eyebrow and says, "Screaming?"
What is it? They all kind of look amongst themselves and they just kind of shrug, and they just go, we never really go there ourselves. We wouldn't really know." They just, well, it happened about a year ago. They say people started hearing screaming coming from the church.
And
So most
nobody bothered to go investigate?
would you?
Yes!
Well, in any event, I don't much like the idea of staying a night there.
Well, suit yourselves. Perhaps you can find an abandoned house then.
You know what? Perhaps a gold piece, and I could convince you to allow me to just prop up a chair in the corner.
Make a persuasion check.
All right. Oh,
They tell you that the 3 of they kind of laugh amongst themselves, and they just go, "Sorry, dear. We're not an inn."
and I'm not asking for a room.
You forgive my boldness, but I don't claim to know everything, but I've met a few Vistani in the past, and they always seem to be a more upbeat kind of people. I understand that circumstances are fairly dour, but you're, I don't know, you seem more out of it than most that I've met before.
What is it? They both, they all kind of grin and just kind of giggle to themselves. At that, they go, "Oh, it's just very boring here. We don't get too many visitors aside from the occasional strange folks as yourselves.
Oh
They
shit!
don't
Why don't
usually last very long.
I bet we could liven the place up, at least for a night.
She
Or
goes,
now.
what was it? One of them, they go, well, if you are wanting to put on a show, then for I suppose for us and the gentleman across the room.
Yeah, and Gus, while they're going on, he says, "Pardon me, you wouldn't happen to have a kitchen I could borrow, do you?"
Oh, Gus
just-
makes the most fantastic food you've ever tasted in your entire life. Goes well with music.
They just they kind of laugh and they just go, and they just kind of look at each other and just kind of shrug, and they're just like, all right then.
All right.
Or wait, do they even have a kitchen?
I mean, if it's tavern, they serve ale and probably food. Not very
This
fancy
tavern
food, but-
only has wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Wait, I'm looking at it. They just straight up only have booze here. It's just straight up just booze.
What?
That
My
doesn't seem
options were
right.
wine and wine. I didn't get booze.
Wine and
Yeah.
wine.
Yeah,
Hey, wine
is
is
either a
good.
glass of wine or a pitcher of wine. Yeah, sorry, there is no food. Sorry, I'm gonna redact that statement.
All right. Well,
Sorry, I'll have to redact.
Start a
that.
fire in the alley. Use that.
well, you know
to-
what, Gus. Gus says, "Hold on, I'll be back in just a moment," and he sort of sprints out the door to go to the mercantile.
Okay. Fergus, you
we're
burst
doing
into
this,
the
boys.
mercantile.
Yeah, basically, I come in and say, "Okay, so I'm going to be throwing me and a couple of friends of mine are going to be throwing an impromptu party across the way there. What all do you have in the way of just cooking supplies, things that I could cook?"
Shit, I wasn't expecting this.
We're
And he
doing
just
this,
like
boys.
slaps down 13 GP and says, like, "Look, I'll take that. I'll take whatever you have."
We're doing this, boys.
Okay, I'll. Shit,
What
hang on a
is this
second.
one lost child you could use?
Doesn't spell. I'll just. We'll just say okay for everything. I'll just say. He looks at it. He goes, "You 20 gold pieces, and it is all yours."
Give me a moment, and I run back to and say, "Okay, Del, do you have 7 GP I could borrow?"
What? Yeah, sure.
Okay, and yeah, and basically like just runs back and he says, "Okay, here," and he gives him the 13 GP that he had plus.
So 20. Okay, yeah. So subtract 20 gold. Well,
I had
Okay.
13. I
Right,
borrowed
so-
7 from Del.
okay. So subtract 7 gold pieces from Dell's inventory.
Did it?
13. Okay, you
Alright.
bought up 7
And,
cooking supplies.
Well, basically just shit to cook, basically. And what Gus does is he sort of requests at least a little bit of counter space for himself to set up with his pan amongst the other goodies, and he just starts going fucking at it.
Wait, so you're at like the bar of the counter then, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right.
Hey,
yeah,
what's
so-
up?
assuming
Gus,
my
what you making?
me is just gonna watch and kind of try to learn while chugging or while holding the empty pitcher, or I should say.
Basically just using his combined proficiencies in performance and cook's utensils to make a bit of a hibachi show of it. Or at the very
Farragar,
least, as much of one as he can make.
yeah. So I lean over to Eddie and I nudge him with my elbow and I said, "Next round's on you."
You say that as if Eddie ever has money.
Actually, I just kind of just look at the puppet. Hey, little buddy, next round's on you. What the hell are you talking about?
The puppet just
Kind
starts
of
looking
looks
around.
Like frantically.
He's like digging around in his non-existent pockets.
He's like, I've never
Yeah.
felt more cold out in my life. And it felt. I'm a fucking puppet.
Felt.
Yeah, actually,
Uh,
felt
Like,
a
what
fucking
do you want me
puppet.
to roll for hibachi, by the way? Just cook's
Just
utensils? Alright. Nice.
All right. Fairly impressive display you put
Ugh.
on.
Now
you
I
just
want
see them. They're
hibachi.
just kind of watch. They're just kind of
No.
watching, like slightly, like just like, huh. You know, like
Yo, I'm
slightly
willing to
amazed
spend
as-
like I've got 5 I'm
slightly
willing to
amazed
spend
as-
like I've got 5 party points. I'll spend those if I can just add an extra chunk to it.
Okay, you make it really. Okay, at the cost of your party points, you make this
Excellent.
really, really damn impressive looking.
Yeah.
Just and they're just like you see them like they're just kind of grinning and they're just kind of whispering to each other. You know, just mainly just at the spectacle of all this.
Dell will provide musical accompaniment.
Okay, make a
gonna, like-
performance check.
He's gonna like improv music to go along with like what's happening.
Actually, before you do that, can I like ask just like, hey, can I have some money for some more booze? Just because you're the one who
wait.
actually carries money,
Who are you asking?
Dell.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure he's the only one who carries money right now.
By the
what
way,
was it?
there's the music.
But no, like, do you actually let me do that, Dell?
How much do you want?
I just kind of like wave a hand at Farragar for.
Here's
him just
3
kinda
gold
giving the
pieces. Go insane.
money. Hot damn! Then I just walk back over to the table, put him down. Thanks, Dell. Also, just for fun, I'm gonna ritual cast water breathing. Put my head like basically just I don't have to stop.
I love that. That is the best use of the spell I've ever seen.
Oh, you can do it
Yeah.
with up to 8 people. Are you gonna give it to Farrakhan or just yourself?
I'll give it to the whole party.
Okay, for the next 24 hours, the whole party can breathe underwater.
Breathe booze.
Just gonna basically order another one and just chug the whole thing as much as I can. On the plus side, it's really hard to choke.
Okay. Yeah, you have a bit of difficulty, but you manage well. I was gonna say you'd have advantage with the of slamming it with the
Water
you managed to get
breathing.
the whole
I
thing
just
down.
imagine the only way I could fuck up is I actually spill it on me.
Well, here's the thing.
Like-
Okay, before he gets you the next one, he goes, "Would you like to put up a tab? Pay for it at the end."
I just hand him the 3 gold pieces and just say, just tell us when that runs out.
Keep it coming.
Yeah. Just for everyone else here, and then just gonna have a little puppet. Huzzah! As he just holds a tiny little glass. Like, just a smaller glass that he probably set down for someone else.
I look over at Gus and I just go, I really hate that puppet.
Yeah, and Gus says, like, yeah, don't worry, me too, as he just sort of, like, flings, like, a thinly sliced chunk of beef over at Farragar.
I catch it in my mouth.
Make
Nice.
a dexterity check.
Me or
Word,
him?
okay.
No, Farragar.
Alright. Yeah, because I'm throwing it with the intention of him catching it in his mouth.
Right.
Hey, boy, get your treat.
Yeah, but he's got it actually. No, it just smacks him right in the face.
Hey, don't waste
So
it.
I just imagine it hitting my face and then opening my mouth.
It just
Reflexes
slides
of a
right
cat.
in. Reflexes of your dog Basil.
Reflexes of a dead cat.
And Gus is sitting there, he's got his flask open, and what he's doing, he's, like, just fucking projectile, like, splashing, fucking... Like, have you guys ever been to a proper hibachi?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, at a proper hibachi, they can and will just fucking fling wine at you from across the table.
Yep.
And Gus is
Um,
doing that.
Actually, at one
Yeah,
point, I
so-
kind of just, like, make grabby hands and just, like, mumble something about, can I borrow your flask for a minute?
No.
Damn. I wanted to see
Uh,
which ran out first, water breathing or the endless booze.
Yeah, but he says, hey, you know what? Eddie, open your mouth. And he just, like, shoots a fucking
Huh?
stream over at him.
You just wine on your face. At which point, one of them kind of pipes up. One of the tavern keepers kind of pipes up. She goes, "Please don't make a mess. As fun as this is, please don't make a mess."
Party.
And I imagine the party goes late into the night, much in the same manner.
Dell casts enthralling performance.
Is that wait what?
Casts or uses?
Well, he uses it. It's
Okay.
technically, I
If it's
guess
a
it's
feat,
technically a
use it.
spell. But it's also
I think it's an ability, isn't it? It's
an ability, but it involves magic.
Well, hang on. I don't think. Let me.
Because like if you cast it by my like methodology, it has to be a spell if you're going to cast it. Otherwise, if it's a feat, you use it.
Okie dokie then. So you want to make these women idolize you?
Everyone. Not just the women.
Just
The puppets,
all the
too.
people in the party.
Yes.
in the-
I mean,
in the
do you
town.
have like advantage against Mar?
No,
Well, it says you can do up to
Mar just
5
auto
pe-
fails.
Okay, you can do it up to 5 people.
So there's the 3 ladies plus like how many other people?
The 3 ladies, the dude, and fucking Eddie. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Okay, Eddie, make a wisdom saving throw. Oh wait.
Do I have
What is
advantage
it?
against that?
Yeah, because you have gnomish cunning. Make it wisdom save. Yeah, he saves.
Okay, but do you just choose to fail, or are you just being the way that you usually are?
I'll go along with it until it no longer seems like a fun thing to do.
Not actually charmed, but basically just going with it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So these women, they're just, yes, they're just excited. This is the most exciting thing that's happened in ages. You know, an actual musical performer here in Barovia. Which I should mention is the name of this. Oh, I probably should mention. Barovia is the name of this whole place. It's also the name of this particular village.
It's like New York, New York.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic.
Yeah, the village is named after the place. I should probably mention that. Okay, yeah, so you've got all of that going, and I'll just say that well, I was gonna say, well, hang on a second. So how much with all this, because I was gonna say this place doesn't serve food. I would assume you're probably springing from your own rations to do this.
No, that's what I went over to the mercantile to do, to spend the GP on.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was going over with the intention of
We're basically
buying.
gonna make sure
Oh,
that
gotcha,
the entire
gotcha,
town
gotcha,
has,
gotcha,
like
gotcha.
a
Okay.
famine because we're gonna use all the
Gotcha.
food.
Yeah, that food was meant to feed the town for a week.
Not
guess what? We're
anymore.
partying.
Okay,
No
but yeah,
part of, like,
anyways,
a wild
there's
savior
that.
party, 'cause the wild savior
Um,
party is out.
We're gonna party till we're purple.
Or to you at least think
Okay.
we're purple.
None of us play a wind instrument.
What was all right? So yeah, so you're partying and you put on your performance. You've bedazzled the Vistani owners. They like, oh dearie me, goodness gracious, they've all come down with a case of the vapors. You've wooed them with your bardly charm.
At one point, I like go to him like, "You're the best," and I start hugging him with the puppet. You're the best.
Oh, I hate this.
And
You
they just start
probably yourself.
laughing.
Wait,
Just start
question: Do I
laughing at
know that he tried doing and throwing a performance on me?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. That's part of the thing is if you succeed, you don't know that he tried to do that.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna just keep going on with this because, quite frankly, it's just a fun time, and
Although,
I have the excuse of.
would you like to
losing.
make an Arcana check, Eddie?
Yeah, I'm.
Do you detect the presence of magic?
Oh, did you just? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that's 17. Was that what you just rolled?
Yeah.
You would say you've probably wait. Yeah, has Del
Well,
ever
just
used
say
this
that you
before?
detect
No.
magic.
Della's
I will
never
just say
used-
is the way that these women. You do seem that it seems almost, particularly based on how they were before, seems slightly unnatural.
Aw.
Just this sudden 180.
Yeah.
You think magic might be at play here?
Yeah.
You don't know what
I-
exactly, but you think maybe Del might be doing something.
I just kind of go, man, tonight sure is magical, huh? And then just start doing a really bad, like, half-drunk laugh with the puppet on his other shoulder.
Del winks at Eddie.
I probably don't even notice.
Do I have
At
to
this
make
point, he
another
probably
Constitution saving throw for my next pitcher of wine?
Well, since this is your third, this is your third one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're plastered at this point.
Yes.
I'm gonna do one more with
I
him
will
and
say,
then
what is
probably
it?
be
I
done.
should probably mention the wine that you're drinking. It's, like, not great, but, you know,
You've had worse.
yeah. It'll get you
The
drunk.
goblin wine.
Approximately average quality.
No, way
wine.
better. Well,
I know.
like,
Not
eh,
goblin wine.
not great, but
Yo, goblin wine is like the fantasy equivalent of fucking Black Booster whiskey.
it's the equivalent of freaking prison toilet wine.
Tasty.
But anywho, but Fergus,
Okay, yeah.
your Mars senses are tingling. You realize you haven't seen him. Fergus specifically, make or either a perception or investigation, whichever you prefer to look for Mar.
The question is, are you going to stop the show just to find him?
Shitposting channel.
Ooh,
Ooh.
shit's on fire! Shit's on fire, yo!
Actually, yeah, I was trying to find that right now.
Yo.
Okay, here, I'm
And then
gonna
what
just a
was it?
second. Someone wants me to do this thing quickly.
And then just Photoshop that Eddie's
Wait, no,
face
I
onto
can't.
that picture instead of the old one. Shit's on fire, yo! Strahd edition. All right, you notice that Mar is sitting at the other end by that lone man, who's just by the lone man that was just sitting by himself over on the opposite corner, far
He's-
corner of the tavern from you.
He's
And
either
he-
harassing
he's got
him
his
about
chest
Dragon
set up.
Chess.
He's got his fucking chest set out, doesn't he?
Yes.
Fucking A hell.
I mean,
hang on.
we're all having a good time. He's doing nothing to ruin it.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Hang on a second. Doodly doodly doo. You take. I would say with that high of a roll, you get a decent look at the guy. He looks. Ignore the name. You don't know his name yet, but he looks like this.
Take
A
look,
very nice-looking
gentlemen.
older gentleman.
I don't know how old he is.
Is he enjoying the
Well, I mean-
performance?
He what is it? He mostly just seems well, he has a fairly serious look on his face and he's talking with Mar. Like he's sort of half paying attention to this chess game, mostly just trying to talk to him like about something serious and well, here make an insight check actually
Me?
before I say anything else. Yeah.
Will
Make
do.
an insight check since you that's high enough. I'll say is he looks like he's trying to like, you know, like dude, listen, I'm trying to tell you something. And Mar is just being Mar. You know, more focused on the chess. You look like he's trying to.
Pretty sure he, like, obviously he hasn't tried sucking his dick yet, but
Like he looks like yeah, he's got this kind like he's just kind of got this neutral, almost well, maybe not quite scowl, but like you know.
like
Like
he's
he-
thinking. Not about what the guy's trying to tell him, but like about his next chess move. Or are you talking about the
No, the guy.
gentleman?
Like
Okay.
yeah, like you look like you think he's trying to talk with him about something, and Mar's not listening.
I am no good, so you can't send me.
Dell is busy.
With Eddie and his performance. So I was gonna say, yeah, the Vistani women, they're more focused on Dell than anything else right now.
Well, as it currently stands, the only people that I'm really feeding right now are, well, Eddie and
Farragar.
Farragar and maybe the bartender. So,
The bartender's just standing there. The bartender's just standing there, just cleaning glasses.
all right,
Which
well,
you're wondering, like, what was it? Which point you realize, wait, has he just started over at this point?
I mean,
Like the glasses look like they're already clean, but there he's still going.
well,
Sort of the
Gus, Gus sort of tidies things up at his station a little bit. You know, sort of, just sets his pan to one side, wipes it, relatively clean, and just sort of keeps everything nice and tidy, sort of mise en place as he goes over to see what Mar is talking about with this gentleman.
Yeah, so as you make your way over, Mar is there. He's got his chest out. He's trying to get this guy, and he's trying to get this guy to play chess with him. This fairly handsome-looking gentleman, and he looks over. He goes, "Oh, Yes, you are one of his friends. Perhaps I can speak with you.
I do tend to be a bit more receptive to such things, yes.
Yes. All this one wants to go on is about chess. Chess.
Yeah, that's about it. But
It is
He
very
dropped on
apparent.
his head as a kid.
You're not there. Plastered over at the bar, drinking wine.
mhm.
And anyway, so Fergus, you're talking with this gentleman, and you start talking with the gentleman. He tells you, hang on, let me get a swig of water here. I'm thirsty.
Drink up me hearty yo ho.
Nice sip of that wine. All right. He tells you, yes. Well, it is quite obvious that you are not from around here.
Mhm.
So
But the
perhaps
fact that we
you will
seem
be.
to I mean, I would have liked to imagine that was obvious, considering we're about the only people in this town that seems to be enjoying themselves.
Yes, well, spend enough time here and you'll realize, well, there's not much to enjoy, aside from the wine. But perhaps you could be helping me then. You said you needed a place to stay for the evening.
That we do.
Well, my name is Ismark Kolyanovich. Many around here call me Ismark the Lesser. My father was the burgomaster
Ismark the
of the
Great.
town.
Mm.
And but unfortunately he passed away about, how long ago was it? 1 second. Double check. How long ago did he? I think. Okay, we'll just say we'll say about a week. We'll say a week. I can't remember what specifically, but my father passed away about a week ago. We have not yet had the chance to bury him. And he kind of looks around. He pulls you in. He goes. Also, my father. His name.
What was my dad's name again?
Dad's name now.
I knew you were gonna go there. His name was Kolyan Indirovich. He was the burgomaster.
Tell
which,
me your father's name so that I may become Jin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gus, on
you
the,
remember that was the
yeah.
name on the signed on the note that you found earlier.
Yeah, Gus winds up suddenly shooting to attention and says, hold on just a second for me. And he goes to rifle through his bag to retrieve the note, probably sitting somewhere near the top. And he says, well, would this perhaps be the same Kolyan Indirovich?
He looks at it. He goes, "Yes, that is our seal." And he looks at it. He starts reading it. He goes, "Yes, I can tell. This is my father's hand. This was written in his hand." Yes, as it says in the note, my sister Irina. The devil has been coming down. He wishes to turn her. He seems to be enamored with her. And I can assure you no good would come of that. Here. This is a lot for me to ask you at once. Perhaps when you are all finished, I can lead you back to our home. I can explain more there. Whether or not you accept, you are more than welcome to stay the night. I do not have many house guests.
Well, I can tell you this much. As it currently stands, I think that we already have plans to go and do something about this, Strahd, so it might just happen that we'd be able to take care of your request at the same time.
Yes, you seem to be enjoying yourselves. I do not wish to interrupt that. We can discuss more back at my home when you are ready to leave.
Certainly. All right, and Gus winds up nodding to him, quick passes a little bit of the information along to, at least Eddie, who I imagine isn't quite so plastered as Fairgar.
Who, what?
Incorrect. Incorrect assumption.
No.
He's probably close, but he's still coherent.
All right.
Yeah, unlike
And,
But like when you tell me, he kind of startled and doesn't hear this. What?
Fairguard's getting to the weepy drunk stage.
he
And,
goes up to the bartender. He goes up to the bartender. He's like, "Man, you just keep giving me booze. You're the best person I've ever met."
I don't deserve you.
yeah, and in order to prevent the interruption of Dell's performance, Gus tries to basically like sign him a kind of a quick job after performance signal.
Hang on, make a quick perception check for Fergus. One more.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
All right.
Now I just want to make sure, Dell, Dell's putting on a show right now, right? So he's kind of like playing, maybe dancing around a bit, right?
To it, yes.
Yeah.
He's like a
Fergus,
table.
with that high of a roll, like you're looking over as you're signing towards him. You're giving your gesture, like hey, pointing at the dude, making your whatever.
Like whenever you're finished.
Yeah. You notice, like halfway through, you notice. You see Ulrich, like he's dancing around, and it takes you a second, and you like kind of double take for a second. You realize Ulrich's shadow doesn't match up with what he's doing. Like he's doing one thing, but it looks like like because there's that fire going off in the on the other side of the room, and you see his shadow behind him. You see he's doing one thing. The shadow is not doing that. Like it's kind of doing its own thing.
Right. I sort of what is the shadow doing?
Like it's dancing around and having
but it's,
dancing but it's not matching up with his movement. It's doing its own thing.
It can't match my flair.
Like you look around, you see everyone else's shadows are
regular.
Yeah, are doing just fine, but you notice his, and actually you even notice the three tavern keepers. Their shadows don't seem to be matching up either. You look around, just these four seem to be. Their shadows aren't in sync.
Well, before the booze fully kicks in, trying to get some arcane knowledge out of him, I go over to Eddie and I say, "Hey, Eddie, do me a favor. Take a very close look at these particular shadows."
Do I have to roll for anything, or do I notice he's pointing it out entirely?
I suppose make an Arcana check.
Yeah, because like I'm pointing out the shadows.
Yeah.
Like you're looking and you're like, you can't. Like that's a good roll, but like you're thinking, you don't know anything specifically about manipulating people's shadows, but you feel like that would not be any sort of minor magic.
Yeah, well, that's a.
Yeah. Well,
anyone, either of the two of you, if you want, you can make an insight check if you'd like.
I'll make an insight check.
Eddie can if it once.
I've already got a bad feeling.
No, yeah, you feel like that's not a good sign.
All right. Well, Gus winds up. He goes over to his pack, grabs his staff, and he says, "Excuse me, ladies, Dell," and just takes a fucking swing at the shadow behind Dell.
All right, make an attack against the shadow on the wall.
You should have punched it.
You swing at it and just bang! You leave like just a sizable, like you leave like a slight crack in, like it doesn't take you hit the wall.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing.
Should have punched it.
You don't all of his attacks count as magical for the sake of?
Well, the spider staff in and of itself is a magical weapon.
Yeah, that's right.
Which means that any bonuses that would apply to my unarmed strike also apply to the.
Fair enough.
Right. Well, it would automatically, it's just your punches and any non-magical stabs that you happen to be using. But
actually,
anyway,
I don't. Well, whatever.
All right, yeah, you smack the wall and you leave just like a decent-sized crack in it. Like
Del
everyone just stops and just looks.
Del pauses, and he goes, "Fergus, you've been hanging out with Dranger."
He's seeing shadows, really.
Quite the opposite.
Yeah, you take a shot. Like there's just like a slight crack on the wall. Like everyone just stops and just looks.
And let me
You look
guess,
and-
the shadow also stops being weird.
Yeah, you look up and you see the shadows. They seem to be matching up with what they're doing again. Like one of the, yeah, like I would say at this point, like they look over. One of them goes, "Hey, hey," and like she just starts coming up and she's like, "You're going to have to pay for that."
Don't do that.
You see as the wall has now been damaged.
Smooth
By my
move.
considerable might.
Like it's not like major, but like you did take like a very slight chunk out of the wall of this place.
Yeah, it's real nice, Fergus.
Hey,
Thought you
he
were better
usually
than that.
does things for a reason. I mean, who is he? Me? As I just kind of hiccup.
Like what you
Right.
you pick? Oh, hiccup. I thought you said
Yeah.
pick up. Like
No,
I thought you meant you were gonna pick up the wall chunk.
No.
Well, Gus apologizes to the ladies about the damage to their wall and mentions to Dell, "Look, I'm sorry. I hate to do this to you, but we should probably get going real quick."
What? Why? Things are just starting to get good here.
I know, but you may not have noticed it, but your shadow, it didn't match.
Pardon?
Your shadow did not match what you were doing. The same went for these ladies.
At which point one of them comes up to you. She goes, "Hey, Mister, are you going to be paying for this wall?"
And Gus looks into his satchel and says,
Meantime, Fairgar's going for
Dell steps
round
in and he goes,
4.
I'm so sorry about him. He has outbursts sometimes. How much? I'll cover the cost. It's really no trouble.
They look over. Like they like I would say at this
Keep in
point.
mind, they are charmed by me.
in case you cared.
Oh, is it? Yeah, she looks. So she look over. They go. Like they look really annoyed, you know. But then they like look at you. They're like,
If it's you,
They are charmed by me.
all right, 5 gold pieces, and we will pretend it did not happen.
No problem at all, and I pay the lady.
Okay, subtract 5 gold pieces from your coffers.
We've gone through 1.5 platinum so far. Tonight alone.
yeah, I imagine that the rate of spending is going to slow down considerably after this.
Slow down, halt entirely.
Yeah.
or increase exponentially.
Or increase drastically.
Who knows? Who knows if the wall punching continues?
Hey, Dylan, did you see the chat in game?
Oh. No, you're still decent. Like you're still. Yeah, you're
Like
decent.
you can't get less drunk.
Like you're a bit more drunk, but like you haven't passed out yet. You probably would need help being escorted from the premises.
Right. Well,
That was my goal.
Gus winds up going up, and as you're raising your hand for the pitcher, I lower your hand and say, "Look, Fairgar, I know that you're having a good time, but we need to go." Just dead serious.
You're not my real dad.
No, I'll actually go up to Fair and be like, buddy, this is fun, but this shit went from fun to kind of spooky. Just please, we can drink somewhere else. Ask for someone to go.
Can I get a pitcher to go?
What is it? The bartender. He tells you the pitchers do not leave.
Okay.
Look, and
Fergus rolls to cry.
Here.
I'm not gonna do that, but in any event, Gus does wind up gathering up the remaining. Well, he leaves the stuff that he bought, but he collects his things.
Yeah.
Basically, like leaving them the food for them to enjoy, perhaps as an apology. Yeah,
Right.
outside of the monetary recompense.
All right, but yeah. So Ismark, like he's been watching this whole ordeal. What was it? Yeah, he gets up and he's kind of waiting for you by the door.
Yeah. Well, after gathering up my things, Gus moves to Ismark, waiting for the rest of the party.
All right.
Dell, like,
Yeah.
says his goodbyes.
Oh, a reminder that this is also probably the best chance that you have to interview the ladies about anything that we're probably going to be getting for a bit. Like, just going off of, like, my personal gut feeling.
Well, you don't know. You could come back tomorrow.
I know, but I've got a feeling. Not to mention they're currently charmed.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Dell, stay behind and talk to him for a while.
Okay, so the party is splitting.
Sure,
Yeah, 'cause
for the time being.
So he's gonna stay. So he's gonna stay in the place where. Okay, that's fine.
well, I mean, like, even if we all collectively have to hang back for a little bit,
Yeah.
Gus is not leaving Dell alone after the shadow
Yeah.
fucked up.
And I don't think anyone should be alone at this point, because that's a little unsettling, since that is not a minor thing.
All
And
right,
Farragars just can't be alone at all right now.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah, if it
All
looks
right.
like he's gonna be a minute, Gus winds up putting him down and just gives him the next picture.
So,
Alright.
how'd you
It
ladies
keeps-
find yourself in Barovia? Were you born here, or?
Oh, no. One of them tells you, "Oh no, we are not. We were not born here." What was it? What is it? Well, we were usually traveling, but we decided the business was good enough here that we decided to stick around for at least for a while.
Was that before or after the whole fog incident?
Oh, one of them giggles. We don't have to worry about the fog.
I heard you guys got some sort of a magic elixir or something. How legit is that?
They laugh about this. They go, "Oh no, not about the elixir. You see, we may come and go as we please.
Really? And why would that be?
Our parents told us that a long time ago, back when Strahd was a man, apparently they say he was he was a conqueror. He would travel to many places to expand his empire, and they say that when he came here to Barovia, they say that during one excursion he got very hurt, but some of the Vistani found him, and not only did they nurse him back to health, but they brought him back to his home, and they say that he was eternally grateful to all of the Vistani for that. So, as a result, he said that the Vistani and only the Vistani may come and go from his lands as they please.
Oh, sounds like you guys got a pretty good deal then.
It is not bad.
So, anything else that we ought to know about Barovia while we're staying here? It looks like we might actually end up being here for a while, so I might want to, start getting the lay of the land a little bit. Figured
Well-
a couple of smart ladies like yourself might be able to help me out there.
Well, right. Another one of them goes, "Well, you are in the village of Barovia right now. There are two other settlements that you can find here. A bit to the northwest. To the northwest, you will find the city of Valaki. It is the largest and one of the most one of the most of the three. It is probably the most fortified of the settlements, aside from Kresk, which is to the far west. Although it is not quite, it is much more sparsely populated, so I hear, compared to Valaki.
Sure.
And well, other than that, there's Castle Ravenloft, where Strahd himself lives.
Hey, you guys know anything about this Strahd guy? He sounds like a real character. Sorry for asking so many questions. I'm just so damn curious.
No, it is okay. It is okay. Like they're all just kind of giggling to themselves. Well, Strahd, he comes from a royal bloodline. He died many centuries ago, yet he seems to endure as one of the undead, feasting on the blood of the living. The Barovians here, they refer to him as the Devil Strahd, and they all just kind of giggle to themselves.
And what do you guys think of the guy?
They just kind of look at each other, and they just kind of shrug, and they just kind of go, he leaves us well enough alone. So,
No opinions one way or the other, huh?
not particularly.
That's fair, I suppose.
So where's the rest of the group in like?
I thought we'd just all be kind of together around the bar waiting for Dell to be done.
Yeah, basically, like, I was basically, like, I'd like to imagine, like, basically guiding Fairgar, but then, like, realizing that he might be here for another couple of minutes, I figure, like, okay, you know what? If it keeps him quiet, I'll let Fairgar have another drink.
All right.
He's probably not going to be remembering much of tonight anyway.
Fairgar won't remember that.
What was it? They tell you that, and his castle, Ravenloft, they said that they named it after his beloved mother, Queen Ravenovia. No one is welcome there without an invitation. That's what one of them tells you.
That is fascinating. That's very fascinating.
So, Strahd's mother, Ravenovia, you say?
Ravenovia, yeah. Ravenovia. Probably Ravenovia.
All right, I'm basically, like, spelling it how it's pronounced. So.
Yeah, Raven, like the bird, and then Ovia.
What do you think, guys? Any more questions?
Can't think of anything.
All right, well, in that case, I feel like I should probably take my leave. It has been one hell of a night so far. And if I have my way, I will definitely be back at a later date.
What is it? They all laugh amongst themselves again, and they go, "Come back anytime. Don't be a stranger." Another one pipes in.
Dell gives like the call me sign.
And they just look at you.
But there's no phones.
They look at you and they're like, "What?"
I don't know what that means, but it feels right, doesn't it? Try it, it's fun.
And they like look at each other and they just kind of shrug and they look at it and then they just look a little baffled by that. Like they don't get it.
All right. Well, Dell meets back up with the rest of the party.
All right, and I think now would probably be a decent time to take a short break.
Yeah,
I
gotta
think.
make a pee.
Yeah, I also need to use the bathroom, and I could probably also use a snack. Maybe top off my water.
But yo, how about those fucked up shadows though, huh?
Yeah, how about
Weird
that?
shit.
I'm looking
really
forward to
sobering
figuring
up.
out what that's about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like to imagine just like, well, so
yeah,
drunk,
break
he's
time.
at least trying to be as sober as he can, because that's just freaky as shit.
All right, yeah, we'll meet back in, let's just say, 10 minutes.
Sure, whatever works.
am back.
Welcome back.
So yeah, considering the tools that I have at my disposal, I certainly hope that, like, hitting the fucking shadow, like, wasn't the worst fucking option.
Well, there's only one way to know for sure if it was,
Mm-hmm.
and that's to wait.
Mm-hmm. You mean to play, right?
I mean, wait within the context of the game.
Jesus died for our sins, except he actually didn't stay dead. So what did he sacrifice? His weekend? Jesus gave up his weekend for your sins.
Noble sacrifice.
Now remember, kids, if you don't sin, then Jesus died for nothing. I mean, like, how do you think that, like, Dell would have handled it if he were the one to notice? Like, say that he saw Gus going absolutely fucking nuts with the hibachi, and then just, like, for some reason his shadow did not seem to be doing hibachi.
I think he would have probably tried to bring it up to Fergus. Like, somewhat stealthily.
Yeah, Gus is many things, but among them, Gus is, I suppose, straightforward.
Sure.
I mean, does that feel wrong to anyone, like, in context of, like, what he's been doing?
No.
Who? What?
Oh, basically talking about, like, how, like, say Dell saw Fergus going nuts with hibachi, but he noticed that the shadow wasn't quite matching up.
Mm.
Yeah.
That shit's spooky, yo.
Mm-hmm.
On the plus side, this means I'll probably my character probably
Achoo!
end up
Sorry, keep
drinking
going.
again the whole time we're there.
Yeah, just no more drink.
Well, exclusively because at this point, when on the first night we're there, when we're trying to have a good time, and then
just
shit gets
that.
spooky, at this point he's probably going to be a lot more like, and
Just like, guard is up. It will not be down until you are home.
Mhm.
Fairgar will have to be reminded about all this in the morning.
Yeah, because like I was kind of hoping that you would make a big scene, because then I was just gonna be like, I know that I'm probably a wee bit on the unsober side,
But you didn't expect it to be that abrupt.
Yeah, but no, it'd be like, but this man is not crazy. If he saw something and points it out to my drunk ass, and I could notice it, something was up.
Yeah, if Gus notices something and Gus feels it important to bring it up to the party, it's probably fucking important.
No, when he feels he has to bring it to the drunk wizard because it's that unnerving, that cannot be a good sign.
Mm-hmm.
Everything about that is just alarm bells ringing.
All right, I'm back.
Hey, welcome back.
I was heating up leftover mac and cheese.
I'm getting
like
summer sausage.
Because, like, the way that I figure, like, fucked up shadows, like, worst case scenario, it's probably dangerous to us. Best case scenario, something is scrying on us.
Scrying, ooh.
Yeah, but in any event, by striking it, like,
You got rid of it.
Either A, like the person that is controlling the shadows like knows that I am a sharp fucking tack.
You've established dominance. Good work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I have established
pissed off
dominance
the
with
big
this
bad
invisible
vampire.
force. Yeah. No, see, I've established dominance. I didn't piss it off. I established dominance. I have shown that I am I am aware. I am not easily fucked with.
I can't wait for you to accidentally
Kind of like the. No, it's kind of like if you wind up going to prison, the first thing you do is you gotta pick someone and you gotta fuck them in the ass right in front of everyone.
Pretty sure that's how that works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, prison rules. I mean, you gotta make sure he's okay with it. I mean, you're not a criminal.
Of course,
for
consent
fuck's
is
sake.
everything.
Also, after this, I'd probably, like, once I'm more sobered up, probably make it like an actual rule if no one goes off on their own. Because at first it was, oh yeah, it's just kind of a spooky place. But now even I'm
But
like,
now it's like the shadows are literally the shadows are following
the
you.
shadows are following us. The fog can kill us. No one's going alone.
By the way, in case you guys were like wondering what the fuck that black booze is, like that's a fucking gallon jug of whiskey that you can get for like $2. And apparently they're actually having like ridiculous fucking epidemics of that shit in Uganda.
Wow.
Yeah. From what little I've heard of it, it apparently is very much like drinking petrol.
I
Ugh.
love drinking petrol.
Yeah, in the thread talking about it, what do you have to lose except your eyesight?
He wasn't
So-
using mine anyway.
I wonder what Mars doing tonight.
Beating it.
Yeah, Meat Beat Mania.
Definitely.
But yeah,
I know I
someone's
am.
gonna have to catch him up. Yeah, who wants to volunteer for catching up Mar after the session's over?
How about the D-fucking-M do his job and do it?
I mean,
Wow.
he does like to watch the session. He does like to watch the live stream podcast.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
yeah,
the thing is that, like, if he's able to watch it, he's probably able to play it.
No. He likes watching the recordings.
Oh,
The
so
VOD.
he'll probably figure it out then.
Yeah.
But oh, Dylan, I really hope that I established dominance with that display of shadow fucking smashing.
Oh yeah, you definitely showed those shadows who's boss.
Because
They'll
like I
definitely
figure,
think twice before they have their own free will again.
because like in my mind,
He's in line.
like even though admittedly this is a little bit out of character thought, but like if shadows are moving, it's either dangerous because they can kill us, or it's dangerous because something is using them to watch us. But in either event,
God, summer sausage is tasty.
Got a summer sausage for you right here, buddy.
Dude,
yo, Nate, on a scale of 1 to 10, should I bring like a half ham?
you could.
Because like
You could bring-
I could literally grab a half ham for like $2 a pound or $3 a pound.
Mason, you could
Just
grab
like the
basically
whole
any
thing.
meat. If you got like a sausage, I could cut it up. If it was like brats, we could cook them.
Yeah.
If it was a
'Cause,
ham,
like-
we could cook it. We could do basically
Because like
anything.
the ham's basically already cooked, but for the purpose of heating it, like it's real simple.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
it's
there's a
literally- I
lot.
think it's like 325 degrees for like 10 minutes per pound. Each one's about 7-8 pounds. So
See, Mason, at this point, like you know me, if it's something meat
Just-
related that isn't fish, I'm probably like, dude, go for it.
so you're
wrong with
saying
fish?
skip the pickled herring?
He's saying he's not a gay fish.
Ah, I got it.
He doesn't like fish dicks.
Yo, hold
If
up,
I-
come back.
If I was
Dylan,
if I was coming, I would totally make my mac and cheese.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's only room enough on the couch for me. And
Yeah.
I don't mean that as in like it's a
Like,
small couch.
literally.
I mean like I am sleeping on the couch, and that's the only other sleeping space in the house.
Yeah. Well, there is the giant beanbag that's actually like touching my bed, but that would be really awkward, and
would
still
be
would be
really weird.
awkward to like sit on, And to be sleeping right next to my bed.
What if I brought an air mattress?
There's
No.
no room to put it.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, because like his, I hope I'm
Sleeping
not
bag?
like betraying any trust here, Nate. But like,
No.
his dad is a little bit of a hoarder, a little bit.
There are
It
circumstances
was
around
like
it, too.
it's been better the last couple of times that I visited.
Yeah.
Like the second to last time. Like, basically, I'm sleeping on the couch. There's, like, a dining room, but the dining room was full of shit, and on the other side was the kitchen, so basically I had to go through the hallway past the bathroom.
Mhm.
But this last time, I was actually able to go through the dining
Yeah.
room.
We've
get
had
to
it
the
like that for a
kitchen.
while. Like there is circumstances around why it's like that, and it's been slowly worked on at least.
Yeah, because, if I remember correctly, doesn't your dad sell a lot of stuff on eBay?
A lot of it, yeah, but that's not why.
Hmm.
But
Well, in
No,
any
but-
case, that's a conversation probably a little bit more private than is
I don't care
recommended
enough.
to here.
but yeah, an exciting place.
Yeah.
All right.
Murphy's,
Cat loves it.
Murphy's laws of combat. If the enemy is in range, so are you. The easy way is always mind. Or in Eddie's case, professionals are predictable. It's the amateurs that are dangerous.
Goddamn right.
The enemy invariably attacks on two occasions: when you're ready for them and when you're not ready for them.
All right, is everybody ready?
I
Yeah.
am ready.
Oh, yeah, just about.
Getting ready to follow Ismark the Lesser.
Yes.
Also,
That is
I'm
his
amazed no
nickname.
one thought it was kind of weird because I thought we were putting on a show to maybe have a chance at sleeping in the room.
No.
but
Del
afterwards.
was Del
I
was
mean,
putting
just
on
doing it to lighten the mood.
Yeah, Del
Oh.
was putting on a show because he wants people to be happy.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that was like why you were trying to put it on. But if persuasion doesn't work, how about this? Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so yes. Okay, so. All right, so
Which house
yes, so
is Mark's?
it is the big one at the bottom. The,
Oh, that spooky house.
Oh,
yes, the Burgomaster's mansion.
I
Ah.
can't tell if I'm glad or sad that I didn't break in.
All right. Anyways, so, yeah. So he leads you down the roads. It's getting fairly dark out at this point. Well, I mean, if you had to hazard a guess, you think it might be almost dusk. Not quite, but almost. And
We had a good time while it lasted.
yeah. And what was it? If you remember that very nice lengthy description I gave before, place looks like it's been
Poorly kept.
well, what was it? It looks kind of poorly kept, or like it maybe it's been attacked. But and he leads you in, and anyone that wants to make a perception check, the two
I
drunk
can't-
party members with disadvantage.
I was about to say I can't really perceive anything at this point, so I'm not even gonna bother.
Yep.
Because
For me, I've been rolling shit for perception as is, so I'm just gonna keep going with it.
what's the worst that can happen? I pass out.
Well, you
You
do.
didn't do that already? Well, in any event, I'm guessing that Gus detects fucking everything there is to tell about the house.
Yeah, Gus and Dell specifically. You notice, yeah. So you make your way, like he's leading you up to the door, and you notice, like I said, it's fairly overgrown, but you notice that there's a lot of footprints and tracks all around, and stamped on weeds, and many of them appear to be very
Humanoid.
wolf and human-like in appearance. You see like humanoid-looking footsteps, and you see wolf tracks kind of around the house. You notice on closer inspection.
taking a note.
And he goes up, and he begins knocking on the door, and he goes, Irina, I'm home. I've brought people who can help us. And to which, after a moment, you hear the door begin unlocking, and you see a fairly youngish, beautiful-looking woman opens the door, who looks like this. This is what she looks like.
Yo.
She's got a cool sword.
Yeah, she's not holding the sword or wearing the armor right now.
Nice.
That's just the picture. She's not wearing either of those at the moment.
Hello.
Yeah, so that is Irina Kolyana. Irina Kolyana is Mark's sister. Well, adopted sister, as the note mentioned. That Irina was adopted.
Nice.
And anyway, yeah, so she opens the door, like looking out kind of suspiciously, and she sees Ismark, and she kind of sighs a bit, and she kind of, opens the door and kind of waves you all in. And well, I assume you all go in, yes?
I mean, with the alternative of sleeping on the street.
Well, I mean, you could always, find an abandoned house.
Yeah,
I kind
no.
of like abandoned house.
Or you could go to the
just for
church.
fun.
Also, no.
The church I'm curious about, but not at the moment.
Fairguard doesn't care where he sleeps right now. He's just drunk.
He's out.
Yeah.
Dead to the world.
I also half mumble in my drunkenness, just about hey, this is the spooky place, the super spooky, extra spook. Yeah.
What is it? Ismark, he looks over, he goes, yes, well, I do apologize. We have, well, now that we're alone, I'll tell you a bit more. Strahd is after my sister Irina.
That's about what we were able to tell from the note that we found on your predecessor's note.
Fairguard's just kind of lying in a corner, sleeping.
He's just passed out on the couch.
Yeah.
But anyway, what was it? Well, here, I should probably read you the description of what it actually looks like now that you're inside. The interior of the mansion is well furnished, yet the fixtures show sign of great wear. Noticeable oddities are the boarded-up windows and presence of holy symbols in every room. The burgomaster is in a side drawing room on the floor, lying in a simple wooden coffin surrounded by wilting flowers and a faint odor of decay.
I thought his corpse was way back on the road, though.
What? No, that's no.
Oh, that was a note sent by another guy.
Yes. No. Yeah, he sent the note. He gave the
master
yes
to elsewhere.
Yes.
Okay.
That is correct.
Okay.
That was his messenger boy, who apparently didn't make it,
Former messenger boy.
and hence the was.
Current corpse.
Hence why I said the was his messenger boy.
It doesn't pay well, but not a lot's expected of you. So
Yeah, as a corpse. Yeah, I would hope not.
Unless
Oh,
you're
I
ready.
have news from him.
Oh, Jesus.
Eddie, you aren't going back.
Hey, guys!
it's like I'm
guys,
not sure to what
quick,
you're
quick,
talking about.
Quick side tangent. Just real quick. Art channel.
God damn.
Nice.
You know what my favorite little touch there is?
What?
The orange, with on the black background, just for the
Fire.
added fiery effect.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Good shit.
All right. Well, we're in the middle of a thing. I will. If you make a token for, I'll do that later.
All
We'll
right.
fix that later. We're in the middle of a session.
Yeah. Eddie, change your.
I'm yeah. I'm doing two things, but yeah, trust me, I am.
Fairguard's next.
Yeah.
I wonder how you'll make him spooky.
Are you gonna include Lightbringer in it?
I could do that.
That would be
Or
kind
maybe-
of cool.
or
A
maybe with
lit
the helmet with the
Lightbringer.
glowy- Or maybe the helmet with the glow. Oh, yo, it could be like the freaking bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Dragonborn and
Is-
helmet.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bit weird.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. It's a magic
the
helmet,
snout,
so I would say
the
it
snout
would
could
fit-
be pointing out, but like his eyes would be like enshrouded and glowing. So like I'm kind of imagining like not a full helmet, but like kind of like
It doesn't go
like
over his mouth.
The mouthpiece would be open, but like the rest of it would be.
I imagine like it's not like a full face guard helmet, like just a helmet like goes over your eyes.
Also, for the record, I know
Like a
that it's
cowl.
saved as DD Eddie for Darkest Dungeon Eddie, but I
Deddy.
can't help but see Deddy and get real nervous.
It's a sign. Sorry, buddy.
All right, but anyway, so let's see. So the Burgermaster. Yeah, you see him lying. You're in the living room. Well, ironically, where the corpse is.
Ooh.
Yeah, Farraghar's
Eddie,
passed out on
no.
the couch, and does he actually go ooh at the side of the corpse?
No, I don't actually go. I just kind of go,
Eddie, no.
Nothing.
So, anywho,
Out of curiosity, wait, how old is this corpse?
well, I told you that he died about a week ago.
Oh yeah, right.
So, like, just enough where the decay is kind of starting to set in, but like you can still tell who it is.
Yeah.
But right. I kind of lost track of where we were specifically. Let's see. I
In
was
the
telling
house, we
you. Oh,
were just
right. Yeah,
explaining.
Farraghar's passed out on the couch. Eddie's there. Still mostly has his wits about him, but a bit inebriated. And sorry.
You enjoy me playing with this corpse too much.
No, I thought of something different. Anywho,
Oh no.
related to what was going. Okay, so, yes. Right. Sorry. Now I remember. I was just double checking where. Yes. Now I know where we are. All right. So. Yeah. So he brings you in there. You're all probably kind of set around, and he tells you. The devil Strahd, he is a curse upon this land. He keeps us all trapped here. No
Did you
hope
say-
of escape.
It's the curse of Strahd.
Yes, I would definitely say that would be a fitting. If I had to name it, I would definitely say that would be what I would call it.
Okay, thank you.
Seems a little on the nose, doesn't it?
Well, I'm not the one that came up with it. Your friend did. I'm just saying I agree that it's a relatively fitting name.
All right.
He just looks at you for a moment, just like,
Yeah.
Okay, this is a weird. Like he's got that. Okay, this is a weird side tangent. Kind of look on his face, but anyway,
Token.
and ooh, nice.
I feel like he needs a cigar in his mouth.
Yeah, see.
Yes, because he is known for his cigars.
His terrible smoking habit.
He would look
party
so
apart.
badass.
I mean,
though.
I don't have a smoking habit. Everything around me does.
I mean, shit's on fire, yo.
But yeah, moving along.
For whatever reason, he wants my sister, Rena.
I can't blame him. I don't actually say that.
Wow.
Farragher, in his sleep, he goes, "I want your sister."
He's
I think we get
extremely
kicked out.
Ignore him.
Shut up. Okay, shush. None of you are. Stop flirting on. These guys are trying to actually have
Hey,
serious. Okay.
I'm
Okay,
drunk. I'm passed out
You're
growth on the
asleep.
Yeah, you are not coherent to anything that is happening around you. You are unconscious.
I just blame it on the booze.
Blame it on the boozy.
All right, but anyway, and then at this point, Irina speaks up. She goes, "Yes, he has already come twice these last few weeks.
Shut up! Heard that fucking snicker.
I'm gonna be muted for a bit. Trying.
Here
not
I
to
was
loud.
thinking I figured we'd be joking around a bit, but here I was thinking we might actually be able to get a little bit of serious here.
Heaven
But no,
forbid
literally
he
every
automatically assume-
single opportunity, it's got to be. Like, come on, can I at least have? Like, can I at least go through maybe 3 sentences without?
you know how
I
whistle
muted
feels.
myself
Something?
quickly
Come on.
after.
Can you go for more than one without making Strahd sound like a sex fiend?
I mean, he's a vampire, so they kind of are by default sex fiends, historically speaking.
That is a wicked stereotype.
And at least that one, I didn't say anything. And this is another. I muted them. I was like, wait, no shit, I can't not laugh.
Okay, but yes, he came twice last week.
No, he came over the last few weeks, as in he has made multiple visits.
Poor
You
guy.
fucking douchebags. Swear to God, I have to freaking tiptoe my way around you boys.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. That's how we're
It's a tabletop role-playing
playing
game.
game where players assume the roles of
Sexual deviants.
jackass sexual deviants.
I mean, let's be totally honest. If you're not a jackass sexual deviant in Dungeons and Dragons, you're basically wasting your time.
If not here, then where?
Yeah.
Alright, she pulls down her collar and you see, she shows you these 2 bite marks on her neck. Fang marks, specifically. Fuck's sake.
Those immediately like, okay.
And she tells you that he has visited twice over the last couple of weeks.
So are you like good?
He goes, I felt weak after the visits, but I cannot remember them very well. I think he may have used some sort of magic to charm me.
But what kind of a person would do that?
No, what sort of man goes around using magic to charm women to get what they want out of it? It's so terrible.
Horrendous.
It's just, I feel so violated right now. I can't imagine any sort of man that would just do that. Can you? And she looks over at Dell specifically. Can you imagine such a man?
It's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
I would certainly hope that none of you would ever do such a horrible thing to any man or woman.
Well, I mean,
robbing them of their will to get what you want out of them.
if there's the circumstances notwithstanding, no, like.
I'm
Well,
pretty
how
sure
would
that's
you
worse
like
than
it if I
defiling a
came up
corpse.
to you and I used magic in order to get you to do what I wanted?
Me personally
That's his
wouldn't
kink.
appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's
But
his kink.
anyway, we're getting off track here. That's not.
I
the point.
agree. Let's
But still, though, let us all remember that is a terrible thing to do. Terrible.
horrible, just terrible.
Certainly worse than raising corpses.
And there we go.
Well,
Oh, he
has
does that as
basically-
well. I'm sure of it.
Dylan has
What a
made the
monster.
statement that enchantment magic is inherently evil, perhaps more so than necromancy. Yay.
Possibly so. Whereas one, you're just taking a corpse and moving it around. The other one, you're robbing living people of their free will.
Yeah.
But hey. Anywho.
Why is it so funny?
I don't know, just because I thought that'd be... That's what I was giggling about earlier. I was like, oh, hey, technically Strahd did to Irina what Dell was technically doing to those Vistani women back at the bar.
Okay,
no,
well,
it's not the same thing.
Like, enchantment magic is enchantment magic, but one might argue that it is more ethical to do so to increase your standing in someone's eyes to help you get information rather than forcefully overriding a person's entire will.
I mean, you could have just asked.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
nah, you just had to charm them first. Make sure that you got that. Don't even
For
give
the
them the
record,
choice to say no.
The charm wasn't to get information.
It was to get in her pants.
It was also not that.
Oh.
They weren't wearing.
So you
pants,
wanted
they
to
weren't-
force them to be happy.
It was to help them enjoy the performance.
So you wanted to magically force them to be happy.
And getting mad at us for talking about how Strahd's a sex
Fun.
fiend.
This is fun. I'm just having fun here. I'm just having fun. I'm mostly just messing with you at this point. This is just fun for me. Getting to basically call your actions into question. Anyway,
all I can think of is all I can think of now is like as everyone's scolding them when everyone's looking to animate dead, and then just have the corpse like, I can't believe someone would enchant someone that way. Can you believe it? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so anyway, at this point, what was it? Ismark starts saying at this point, regardless, we are quite sure that if Strahd comes a third time, he plans to turn her into one of his vampire spawn.
That's bad.
I kind of thought that already happened when you got,
After
just
we
kinda, like, poke the neck.
we haven't, he's been hounding our home repeatedly in the nighttime with wolves and the undead. Thankfully, and I fear that my sister will no longer be safe here. And I was hoping that you might be able to. I was hoping we might be able to escort her to somewhere where she might be safe.
Well, see, bad thing about that is that we can't leave any more than you can.
Well,
No.
question.
I mean here in the village.
Well, we just
Yes,
got
like-
here.
No,
Right.
right.
There doesn't
To
seem
the
to be
west,
anywhere
there is a city called Valaki. It is quite fortified. I think she might be. I feel she would. It is not visible from Strahd's. It is not visible. The city is not visible from Strahd's castle. I
So
fear
you
that-
want
I
us to
hope that-
take your sister and escort her to this next city over to the west?
Yes, I would very much appreciate that.
That sounds doable.
I mean, theoretically.
Gus just nods.
And so is this yes, you are agreeing to help, or
Not like we have anything else.
Farrar doesn't have a
to
choice
do.
in the matter.
yeah, he's like
Farraghar's asleep.
he's talking to the conscious members of the party.
Is there anything at all you could give us or tell us that would keep us safe along the journey? I don't like asking for handouts as often as we have been, but to be totally honest,
He
we're
doesn't
kind of
have-
working with we're working with next to nothing here.
Stick to the roads, and do not travel in the woods at night.
All right,
That's good to know.
that seems to be the consensus, huh?
It's almost as if this place is, a nightmare.
There's a bit of nightmarish things going on, yeah.
That would not be an inaccurate term. And then Irina, at this point, what was it? She goes, "I'm not leaving until Father has been buried."
Man, it's not like he can just walk himself into a grave.
Eddie,
He deserves
you
a
think-
proper burial.
you think you're being subtle, but you're not. We all know.
To be fair, it's not like I have been hiding this kind of thing for the last, entire adventure.
And he is
He
inebriated,
goes,
so
I do not quite know what you are
Don't
referring
worry
to.
about it. Don't worry about
Nothing,
it.
nothing at all. I'm... Inside joke.
To draw attention away from the offhanded statement, Gus asks, have you planned a plot out for him?
Yes, there is our family. They have we have a area at the church in the cemetery, but well, no one wishes to. No one really after Strahd's visits. No one wishes to go near us for the time. Has been wanting to go near us for the time being.
Can't imagine.
And we fear that if we go alone, we may be attacked by Strahd's minions.
Well, then, in that case, we will help you bury him if that's what it takes.
Well, perhaps we should wait until tomorrow once the alcohol has worn off. And he looks over at Farragar.
He's getting better.
He's recovering.
I know how to have a good time.
Yeah.
He mumbles in his sleep. Yeah, but yeah, we'll take care of that come morning.
All right. Any other, I suppose, questions for Irina or Ismark, or are we just headed to bed?
As it currently stands, nothing's immediately coming to mind.
I just hope
At
we don't
least
get, like,
that-
you know, the house doesn't get attacked while we're here in the middle of the night. Because that'd be both terrifying and really bad if we had to fight.
But yeah, all right, so the party's going to sleep.
Do we want to have someone stay awake just in case?
Gus does not exactly trust it, so
Yeah, Ismark is also keeping watch. He takes, like, I would like, he'll take second shift.
yeah, Gus volunteers for first, probably with yeah, I'm sure something gets figured out. Basically taking shifts with... Actually, you know what? If Dell has the elf meditation thing, and
No, he
Mar
doesn't.
has... Oh, he doesn't?
Only Mar, because he's a full-blooded elf.
Well, all right, yeah. I'm guessing that we just sort of figure out a sleeping order. If it's that important, then we'll ask for an order.
I
Yeah,
mostly
I
just
guess
hope that I'm able to get actual sleep and sleep this off because, you know, booze. Thankfully, he's just drunk enough that it helps him sleep more easily, but not quite drunk enough to, you know, pass out.
Yeah, roll for sleep.
All right, but yeah, so you all sleep. The night passes rather uneventfully. Farragar,
Yes.
while you are asleep, you have a dream.
Yeah.
In this dream, you
Should you go to the private chat for this, or
no, it's fine. While you're sleeping, you just see this image just the whole night through. You feel like you're in a place, but you can't really move or turn your head or anything. You're just looking straight. You're just looking straight up in a direction, and you just see the image of what appears to be angels being set ablaze in some sort of hellish landscape. Just a still image. You just see that, and then it fades, and then you wake up in the morning.
I kind of just look around and I see if anyone else is awake.
Yeah, it's probably decently late. Like, you know, most folks are probably for the most part up. Maybe Eddie's sleeping in
Yeah, probably.
with the puppet on one end. And he's just like, and then the puppet goes me 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 me.
Yeah.
everyone's like, dude, how the fuck does he do that?
I basically, I go up to Dell and I go, "Hey Dell, can I tell you about this dream I had?"
Sure, buddy. I actually learned a while back about dream interpretation, so lay it on me. I'll see what I can pick apart.
So I just had this image the entire night.
Okay.
I couldn't move, and I didn't recognize the place, but I was just there, and I'm watching angels be set on fire.
And just to clarify, like it was a still image, like just like a portrait or a painting of some sort.
Yeah.
Like just a huge, just like just massive, you know.
Anything else?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. But I'm like,
Anything
whatever.
else whatsoever? Because I really only know how to interpret running down long, endless hallways or your teeth falling out.
Is there any? Did I miss any details? Besides
Nothing about burning angels.
No,
in the
it was
old,
literally
dream
just this image,
interpretation.
just burned into your mind. Just these
Handbook.
angels, this image of these angels just being set ablaze,
Flaming dells.
in just this, yeah, and what you could only describe of what looked like hell.
Something's not right, man.
Wow, what the fuck tipped you off?
Gus probably half preparing a breakfast mentions like, hey, cut him a little slack considering how he was last night. By the way,
I'm
Farragar,
memeing, dude. Don't worry about it.
By the way, Farragar, a little strange thing happened last
Ismark
night.
goes, "What is it meme?"
Don't get me started on this.
Hey guys! Puppet awakes.
Gus winds up telling Farragar about the fucked up, like, not matching shadows that wound up occurring the night prior at the tavern.
Farragar just kind of looks wigged.
Yeah.
What are you in my head?
Nothing wound up coming of it, but keep an eye out for shadows.
The word of the day is paranoia.
This is some of the darkest stuff I've had to deal with.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Completely
Seeing it.
completely ignoring the part of your life where you were literally haunted and forced to and then remembering the sort of companies, and Gus says, "Are you 100% certain?"
Definitely. This is darker than anything that I've been through.
Darker than Dell?
Hey,
He's not that dark.
Just in my sleep.
No, you said you woke up with the puppet.
Oh.
Remember?
Oh, yeah.
no, he said the puppet woke
Yeah,
up.
what was doing it?
Oh yeah, the puppet woke up.
Eddie's still.
Puppet starts dragging him across the floor.
It's like
No, he's just-
clawing his way, and he's dragging behind him.
No. Here's the thing.
Dell's
Eddie's
like,
on the broom. No. Eddie's like on the broom, right? And
Yeah.
it looks like his arm is just like the puppet is pulling him like and the broom through the air, like just like it's just struggling to pull him. This is great. Anyway,
I just kind of hope the puppet is haunted just so that makes more sense.
hey, maybe it is. We don't know.
But yeah, after quick and simple fast breaking, the party readies for Gus readies for the trip to the plot.
Right.
I feel like I do a lot of speaking for the party here, and I'd like to apologize for that.
Right. So yes, you have your breakfast. Like they put the lid on the coffin, and yeah. So who all's gonna help carry the coffin?
Gus
Dell
volunteers.
is not extremely strong.
Not
Farragar
without the
does.
gauntlets.
You mean your gauntlets?
Well, I mean, the gauntlets that you gave me.
Yeah.
I mean, we
Alright,
totally
yeah,
could just
so-
walk him down there.
But yeah. So what was it? We'll just say. So yeah, we got four corners. We got
Probably Gus and
Irina and Ismark are holding up the front, and we'll probably Farragar and Fergus.
Well, I mean, I was
the back.
thinking of having Farragar and Fergus holding the corners, and then the other two. But whatever.
That
whatever
also
works.
works. Yeah, we'll say it's
Dell
that.
Yeah,
does,
basically
like,
the two of them providing like the actual weightlifting, and the other two providing stability. But
And
Dell like
navigate.
whispers to Farragar, and he says, "Hey, Farragar, you're one of those religious types. Why don't you like say a prayer or something?"
For a guy he doesn't know.
Also, they're not even at the church yet.
But yeah, how's the trip to the
Right, so
the
yes.
plot go?
Right, so yes, you start making your... Oh, wait, sorry, before you go, Or no, yeah. You, before you go, Irina, you see she puts on some, breastplate armor and grabs, a sword. Rapier, specifically, that... Does it... Right, so yeah, she grabs her... That does not look like a rapier in the,
No, that's a
picture.
fucking...
That's a broadsword.
That's a
Yeah,
short
long
sword.
Yeah, it's a short sword. Whatever. The actual stat sheet says it's a rapier, but whatever, it doesn't matter.
That shit's
What is
fucking
important is
fine.
that it is comparatively light.
Yes. It is a light weapon, and she has breastplate armor on. And, Ismark, you see he puts on, some splint armor, and he grabs a long sword and a heavy crossbow, strings that across his back. Anyone that wants to can make an insight check.
Oh, I don't need to know that they're loading for bear. Like, if they're gearing up, something's happening. But if you want to prove me wrong, I'll roll.
Feels nice being actually sober.
I'll just say as well, everyone except for Farrakar, who's probably still a little hungover at this point.
Dargar's like, I wonder how these guys are related to the corpse.
Just looking at them, what is it? You could tell. Ismark looks very very well equipped. I mean, not necessarily like equipment wise, but like he looks like he's got
ready.
a lot of fighting experience, a lot more so than Irina. You know?
Yeah.
Considering Irina's the one wearing the armor.
Well, technically they both have armor. It's just
Well, the more notable armor.
right, but right. It definitely looks like Ismark. You think could definitely hold his own in a fight just by looking at him.
Del says to Ismark while they're walking, goes, so are you, you seem the fighting type. Were you a soldier or a mercenary?
Well, he's still like trying to guide you guys down towards the church. He tells you, no, but, well, I've been training with weapons all my life. I was hoping that maybe one day, given the chance, I might be able to kill the Devil Strahd myself. I know that might sound a bit ludicrous, but...
Well,
Wait, how long has he been here
given
for,
our
then?
current situation, no, not really. Not that ludicrous at all, really.
He goes,
No
but
problem.
right now, Irina's safety is all that matters to me.
Well,
And making sure that she stays out of Strahd's clutches.
let's get dear old dad sorted, and then we'll see what we can do about getting your sister to safety.
Yeah, so it's morning. It's mid-morning-ish at this point. Just say you're making your way there. You will say as you do notice a little bit. You do notice that there is a little bit of activity now compared to yesterday afternoon when you were there. Most people seem to have shut in by that point. You do start seeing there are a few people kind of going about their business, and
Quietly, quickly.
Yeah.
Giving us a wide berth, I imagine.
yeah, well, most effective, like when they just sort of see you, they just stop and they just stare silently, like as you pass. Like they just watch you without saying anything or any sort of real expression on their face.
Even the
Just this very
townspeople are unknowing.
well, not so much expression, but like just a very dour, stern-looking look on their face. Just as you all pass.
Hey, why is everybody staring at us?
I
Well,
believe he mentioned yesterday.
yes, well, you will have to forgive them. most folks in Barovia here are not particularly trusting, especially of strange folk such as, well, yourselves.
I find that to be very offensive.
Well, to be fair, most folk we don't usually see, well, non-human folk making their way around. I will say I cannot say I've ever seen, well, what I could only describe as a man with a very dragon, I would almost say, like appearance.
You would be correct. I am dragonborn.
I cannot say are they common where you come from?
Half human, half dragon.
How? Like he looks kind of confused.
Don't ask. Do not ask. You will not like the answer.
Oh, I'm curious.
And
no, I come from a land of dragonborn.
I see. And then he kind of looks over at Eddie and he goes, and the small one is he one of those halflings? I think they are called.
He's a dwarf, sir.
Yes, I'm a dwarf. 100%.
Oh, wait. I thought they were. I mean, I have never seen the dwarf, but from what I remember hearing, aren't they usually a bit stockier?
I am offended.
Skipped leg day.
And arm day.
And arm day. And everything else day.
Okay, make a deception check.
Farrar goes, he's a gnome.
Farrar just breaks it.
But we
tell us, what's a gnome?
Yeah.
Then he's like, okay, wait. Is he a dwarf or is he a gnome?
He is a gnome.
Dwarf.
Gus says, okay, look, this is going to get us absolutely nowhere. To speed things along, I would suggest you just drop the matter altogether.
He's a gnome. It doesn't really matter.
He's a dwarf.
So he's a gnome.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Well, again, we are not most folk. I am not particularly familiar with. Well, again, non-human. I have only heard rumors of the Dusk Elves who they say live out in the forests. But
Dusk Elves.
Those don't sound ominous.
Nothing about ghost-wise halflings? Out of character, by the way.
No, yeah, effectively. I'll just let you guys know. Effectively, other than the Dusk Elves, whom don't really generally talk with the Barovians, these people very rarely, if ever, even see non-humans.
Have I ever heard of a Dusk Elf before?
Of any of us, really? Probably.
Well, just all right. I'll say
if they're native to Barovia, probably not.
I will say, all right. Since you come from sort of semi-elven heritage, and Eddie, you're proficient in history, both of you make a history check.
I crit.
Nice.
Yeah, I will say you vaguely remember hearing of such things. They're a subrace of elves that have long thought to have pretty much been extinct.
Oh.
Creepy.
He perks up a little bit and he's like, I thought all the Dusk Elves were dead.
Well, yeah, he looks, he goes, well, I do not know. Perhaps they all are where you come from. But they're the only, they are the only non-human race that I am familiar with that live in Barovia.
I'll have to try to meet one while we're here.
They tend to prefer to keep to themselves.
And I tend to be a fairly likable kind of guy.
Well, perhaps we shall
Sometimes
see.
by force.
Perhaps if you meet one, you will make a good impression.
Let's hope.
All right, and at this point, you've probably made it to the
graveyard
church by now. Which doodly-doo. Just give me one sec here.
Look on the rest of the way there. I just kind of tell Del, maybe next time we should try saying I'm just a really small human. Not a child, just a small human.
We should have told him you were a baby dwarf.
Ooh, yeah. Promise. Do you not like party bonding?
No, not like this.
Stop lying to these people. They want pancake mix. All right, let's get some ready. All right, so
Like, so help me God, if you do not stop trying to convince these people that you are a dwarf, I am going to take this man and I am going to beat you like I beat that gnome in the cave, or that goblin in the cave.
Fergus?
You really don't want to start that.
Fergus,
you really don't want to start
Your
that.
displeasure is noted. We are very scared and are coping in our own ways.
And if you threaten me with the corpse, so help me God, I will have more fun than I have ever had in my horrible, meaningless existence to watch the look on your face.
What, when you take the 10 minutes to cast Animate Dead? While I'm
No,
beating you with the corpse?
No, just start threatening me. Just, hey, could you guys just hold up for 10 minutes? Stomach pains. You know, gnome things. Just to actually.
I'm on my gnome period. I'm gonna need like 10 minutes.
Exactly, you understand. Oh God, now I need to use.
Gus is just sitting there, like, holding the corpse by the fucking leg, ready to fucking baseball swing it.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah, and then, like, it starts making noise, and, like, he's like, oh shit, no, and just, like, whomp. Starts beating you with your own zombie.
Perfect.
okay, so yes, you make it to the church at this point, which is up there. Let's see. All right, we are.
Just using the...
Sorry, I'm looking at. I'm actually. There's a map for this.
Oh.
There's a map for that.
That means it's probably combat for this. I
Hey,
can
now,
help.
stop using out-of-character clues.
Metagaming.
Well, for me, I'm not even saying like as character. I'm just like I'm excited because it's been a long time since we've had combat.
All right, so just go ahead and throw some tokens down. Boop.
Just whip it out.
Whip it out.
Whip it out, babe.
Oh, right, my tokens.
I can't wait to see all of the Darkest Dungeon tokens together.
And then
Whip
I'll
out that samurai dick, babe.
I'm thirsty.
Okay, so
Yo, what are you hiding
Alright.
on the left side there? It's still blacked out. What are you hiding, Dylan?
That's his porn stash. Don't look at it.
Don't look, he's naked.
look at it.
Oh God!
Look at it. You look at it.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
what
really
about that
like.
bit on the right?
You too. Look at it.
Don't worry
I don't
about
know why,
that.
I just love
we'll
the
get to that
idea
when we get
that,
to
like,
that.
Okay.
That there's like everything, every like stupid necromancy like reference that I make, just nobody actually has a fucking clue about, and then all of a sudden, just wait, you guys didn't realize? No. Be super fucking obvious.
All right, so atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft stands a gray, sagging edifice of stone and wood. This church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back. Flickering light
tired.
shines through the holes in the shingled roof. The rafters strain feebly against their load. It's a very, very decrepit church.
Church is tired.
Yeah, it is. It has
Church
been through
needs a
some shit.
rest.
Church want to take a nap.
Church needs a little TLC.
Drew is ready for a nap.
Do we want to call
Yeah.
it here at the church?
I mean, it's about midnight,
Hmm.
and I figure as good of a it could be as good a place as any.
Yeah, it's a decent enough spot. All right.
Since we wound up
So-
doing the Tuesday session, are we still going to be doing the Saturday session or not?
I don't
I
see
hope
why
so.
not.
All right.
You sure? If
I'm
you
down
want to.
for it.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure for like travel plans, because otherwise, if not, I might actually wind up like leaving to my grandma's that night and just hanging out there for the night, and then leaving from there early in the morning.
Yeah. Oh,
Until we
actually, I was
also
gonna
get
say.
more D&D.
But otherwise,
Oh yeah, and I was gonna say, what was it? What was it? Corbin would actually be with. I was gonna say I was gonna have. Well, I was gonna try to have him over on Saturday so we could maybe like record some stuff and maybe just hang out a bit before he has to go.
what? Not waiting for me to show up and just have fucking like Mason's fight corner episode.
So, Nathan, what do you think of your Eddie portrait?
I really dig it. And I'm really glad that you put any magic in it, because I was like, there's no way you could make him look at all foreboding, I think, without having the magic in it.
But then he put the magic in it, and it's like, oh shit.
It's like super
Then it goes
foreboding.
from kind of creepy dude to like guy about to light my ass on fire.
About to cast that fireball, yo.
Does he even know Fireball?
Or flaming sphere.
Actually, Mason, remember that we had a spell or a scroll of that.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Oh, yeah.
He probably wound up porting it over.
So yeah, I totally have that. I don't have. I'm gonna say I probably prepared that. So I should do that now because I like fireball. But I figure out what else I want to not have prepared. Hey, what do you guys think is less useful right now? Hideous laughter or sleep?
Probably sleep.
Or I could get rid of flaming sphere since this is a town that we probably don't
But at
want
the
to burn
same
anything down.
time, do
Yeah,
whatever you
sleep.
please.
First, now I think sleep.
It might be useful in the castle.
Yeah, no, in the castle. Yeah, I'll
Well, we're
definitely
probably
have
not
that.
going to be going to the castle right away,
Yeah, I hope.
considering we're going to be going to Vallaki first to drop off Irina. And hope that absolutely nothing bad happens in Vallaki to her.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we deliver a vampire that then murders everyone in the town.
And then everyone in Vallaki dies.
This is my kind of story.
We were so ugly
Everyone ran
that
out of
everyone
Valak.
died.
Looks like
Yeah,
their
but-
Velux ran out.
Jesus fucking Christ.
By the way, if you guys want to take a quick look at my notes, I'm just going to post those here rather than have people ask. Those are the notes that I've taken so far.
Let's take a looky-loo.
Where'd you post them?
Shit posting.
But yeah, basically, I have them separated by campaign name.
I like the Sinclair Spectacular note.
Yeah.
Notes.
Yeah, those fuckers stole our shit.
Shit. Got our stuff
my
back.
shit with the-
Forgot the party, though.
Stole our shit.
Hey, they gave it right back.
They did, but they still
they-
stole it.
Arabian Night.
I mean, they stole it, and what was it? And then they told you exactly where you could find them, and then gave it right back as soon as you realized it was gone, like they planned. Like putty in their hands, dude.
We should make the notes like a Google Drive.
Well, I mean,
Like a
like, these
dog.
are just my personal notes.
Arabian,
taking.
Arabian
Like,
Night.
what was his actual last name, though?
Do you mean Arabian Night? What the hell is
Well,
an
no.
Arabian Night?
No, Aravian was the... Like, he was the guy that greeted us at Daggerford. He was the guy that you had greet us. Or at the very
made
least,
the
that's how I
Arabian
wrote it
Nights.
in.
Joke.
Uh,
And he was like,
hang
I've
on.
never heard that one before.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I also like how werewolves, led by this guy, they come from Barovia. Nobody has ever heard of Barovia.
Eravian
Oh.
is his name.
Arabian Night.
Replace the O and then the last E. Eravian.
Aravian. Not Arabian Night. What is
No.
his last name, though?
Damn it! I just closed it. Hound. Haund.
Where the fuck did I get Night from?
I don't fucking know.
Because I
So
made
H-A-N-D?
the Arabian Night joke.
Arabian Hand?
Hand.
So it's H-A-N-D or H-O-N-D?
H-A-U-N-D.
Okay.
Hound.
Honda. Huh?
Being
So, yeah,
kidnapped
now-
by the fog, we make our way to a new land through a fuck huge gate.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow Del can go Super Saiyan or something, justified as fairy bullshit.
Yeah.
Wait, where?
That's in Lost Mines.
Wait. What was it? Read it again.
Somehow Del can go Super Saiyan or some shit, justified as fairy
Very
bullshit.
bullshit. Discovered Fantasy Costco run by Garfield the Great Deals Warlock. What the? Planning on offering your fryer pan as collateral?
I actually was planning on that if I couldn't pay off like the entire